Hi, Rachel. Hi, B. Once again, it's not saying you're not there. What the hell? Is the request thingy down there for you to? Okay. I saw you come in. I saw your little head down there. I go to invite you. I click on the thing. It says you're not there.
I don't know. I somehow have gone TikTok invisible. I guess I pissed somebody off.
Yeah. Dude.
Surprise,
This
surprise.
this weather here, it was all nice and warm. Then it dropped down cold again. Now it's rain, 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 rain. So it's flooding. All this we had about 3 inches of snow again, but it melted right away. It's just crazy. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Jack.
We had super cold yesterday and 78 today.
Wow. So yeah, it's supposed to go up like 60. Yeah. And my son's been sleeping in Monday and Tuesday and today. We were supposed to do our shopping on Tuesday, and it's like he slept in all 3 days. So we got to get it done tomorrow for the weekend, but we're just lazy.
I feel
And
that.
yeah. And I've been like I said, well, I messaged you about it because it's like this war stuff. I keep getting alerts on my phone too. This Iran stuff. I know what that is,
Yeah.
and it's like welcome to my nightmare, people. That's all I can tell you. Welcome to my nightmare. This is literally my personal nightmare for my entire life because they want to open the seals. It's always been about Israel, always has. This is what I was raised with, you know.
Yeah, they're not
Do
even
the
trying to hide it.
mm-mm, not at all, you know, because they want to destroy the planet because just destroying this Earth doesn't belong to them. This is Satan's realm, and they're going to be gone. You know, they're leaving.
I
It's
doubt
always
that.
been. It's always been about the rapture. Always. Hi, Marty. And now it's like, so I needed to take a day because it's like my entire life is like coming to like full circle. And I don't know what to do, if I've done enough or where to go from here.
I think we're all
So,
kind of feeling, well, those of us who have any half a brain left still
yeah.
are kind of feeling that, holy crap, what do we do? Just where do we go from here?
And then I'm scrolling around on TikTok and it's like there's all these lives and they're just talking and talking and talking. Well, time for talking is maybe done. Time for figuring out what we're going to do about this. Because, I was going to take you through all of basically the beginning of it. I decided to do my interactive book, and I was going to I did make an account over here for it. I was going to make another group about just the Christian right so I can show you all the funding of that. All of these wealthy families who did that back in the actually 50s, 60s, and 70s, and how that links to the Epstein stuff, because it does. It all links together. All the wealth. Hi, Sam, Jack, Marty. Anyway, but then I'm surfing around and I see Fancy Macelli doubling down on her
She's such a
bullshit.
dumbass.
I don't know what she thinks is going to happen with this.
That's what I'm like.
Does she think that Audrey cannot validate her damn life?
I just, Like I responded to you. Like that video just proves there is a difference. Yeah, she is able to read, but her comprehension skills, fancy, you ain't got them. And anybody who's still listening to her and taking any information in, I say information loosely, you're a dumbass. She's not entertaining. She's not factual. She's she's a lunatic. And jealous? Oh.
Well, the thing is, she's like, I don't get it. She's trying to say, what, that Audrey's hiding her book?
She
Exploded.
thinks that she found some hidden meaning. Like
Right,
Jack is saying, I think she thinks she's cleverer than anybody else. Yes. She thinks she's found some. This is a case. No, it's not. This is a closed case. Solid. Done. The guy did his time. Like, get the hell out of here.
right. No, she's definitely in the accusation stage. She is definitely trying to say that, Audrey lied and that
Yeah,
she did
there's
it.
a
And
case here. There's no, there
yeah,
isn't. And you are not an investigator or a detective, ma'am. You're a loser. And that's not alleged, that's a fact.
okay. It was the cutting board. That's where it was. Now she does. I know.
You just told your audience
I
that your
didn't
baby
know
wasn't.
that this cutting board had a TikTok. I know I've watched her on YouTube, but right, Marty. But that's I do not understand why everyone is going. All of them are going so hard for Audrey. All of a sudden, I don't get it. And I was in a live this morning, and somebody had written down in chat that sweetest honey had gone after Audrey too.
Yeah,
So
it
that
doesn't
makes
surprise me.
that makes a bunch of them. Okay, that makes Quiche, letting Bree up on the panel attack Audrey. Morbid, having Audrey up and going after her about Perez. Fancy, Katie Joy, and Sweetest Honey. That's really interesting,
Well, Katie
you
Joy is
know?
another one that shouldn't be trusted with a toothpick, much less anything else.
Right. Well, if you haven't seen it, over on the cutting board, she posted the one of Fancy doubling down, but it's kind of long because she interjected, clips of to make it funny or whatever. But yeah, Fancy's really doubling down on the accusations, and it's outright accusations. She is claiming that Audrey did the thing with the child. That's slander. That's slander and defamation. You know, she's not hiding anything. She's got the documents. She's not under investigation or a person of interest. Yes, Marty, Audrey needs to sue her, but at
Yeah,
this point, Audrey
take her to
needs to sue
court.
her.
Take it all the way. Because that's the only way that this dummy is going to learn.
Hmm.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, if you go to,
Oh, there's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of red flags. I want to know who made that initial Reddit post that she responded to. That's what I want to know. Who made
okay,
that
well,
comment? Because I don't think it was somebody random. I think that was a planned thing.
hmm, if you go to,
Hi,
if you
Lois.
search, it's over on Reddit, Encyclopedia Dramatica. I don't know if that's like a site or where's it at? There we go. I guess it is like a Anyway, if you look up, oh, it is dramatica.com. Fancy Macelli. That's where I got a lot of this material that I've been talking about for over a year. Okay. And I'm going to make this into a PDF file and put it up into my group. And I've taken screenshots of all of this. But this is where you find out what they were doing in 2019. This is where the manipulation of Nick comes from. And they've got all the receipts over here. They've got the messages, they've got the texts, they've got, you know, everything that happened back then. And it's the background on Fancy. Now, she has denied a bunch of this crap, all right, but they've got the receipts. Okay, Lois, so you saw that. It's called, I'll show you here, because I'm going to go over this. Okay. edramatica.com/Fancy Macelli. And you'll come to this page here. And there's her lovely mugshot.
Oh,
Isn't she adorable?
yikes.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to be reading. Okay, I'm going to read this to you, and you see it's a long thing, and then I will screenshot all of these. See, let me show you the title of contents. You got early life. Early life, military service, brushes with fame, newlywed game, music. Then you go down fan fiction, theater student, Taylor Swift, failed productions. All right, by proxy, the beginning of it. And the Good Wives Network, falling out with the Blanchard family, sketchy businesses, and, you know, the manipulation of Nick's in there. Okay? Continued harassment through media. All right. So, this is where I originally found, this has been up here for a long time, and this is where I originally found the stuff about Dawn Boker. Well, I'd known about her for a long time, but where I found the actual factual stuff about Dawn. So that's what I'm going to read tonight. I don't know if it says she's a feminist icon, Rebecca. All right.
Oh, God. No. No.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Jock. You know, Fancy wanted awareness. Fancy put herself in this from the beginning as an expert. Now, what makes her an expert? Let's see. Well, she used to work with Gypsy. What makes Katie Joy an expert? Hang on. She used to work with Gypsy. Now, back when in 2019, when Gypsy broke up with Fancy, allegedly, the person who first promoted that was Katie Joy. So if you search Katie Joy and Fancy Macelli, all of those messages and all of that social media stuff will come up where they were fighting, where Fancy's, you know, going against Katie and Katie's going against Fancy. Same thing with Natasha Cooper. You'll see the back and forth with those two. Now, Fancy is back with Natasha Cooper, okay? They were both they were all, I think. Katie was too, up on Sir Morbid's panel a couple years ago. All right, back when Gypsy got out and all of these YouTube channels popped up, and they all went over to Morbid. They were all on those channels. Okay. So yeah, they're working together. Okay, they've always been working together. Always. And I think it was to make the content creators look stupid so the audience would leave. Or it was to get, you know, like now we're having where Gypsy's people are up on panels with the anti-Gypsy community. What's that all about? You know, there should be no intermingling between those communities. There is a community that has always protected and lied for Gypsy, and that includes people like Christy Blanchard, Christy's cousin born on the bayou, all right? All of those that I was in that live this morning, and they were talking about JFK Annie blocking everybody. Then Mimi came up and mocked me, said I was afraid of her, that I jumped down. No, I don't go up on panels with the flying monkeys. And I do block anybody. I told you months ago I'm blocking anyone who gives Fancy Macelli any kind of credentials. I'm blocking anybody who's up on a panel with her that gives her a platform because I knew what she was. Now it took Fancy going after Audrey for all of you to see who she is. So she has one minion left. I'm blocking you. If I'm in a chat or a live and I see you down in the chat and you're, yay, yay, go, go, Fancy, I'm blocking you because I know you're not to be trusted. Yes, it's like sitting at the table with Epstein, exactly. You know? So I'm going to go over to that site. Now, it's been posted up on GRB Snark for a long time, for I know well over a year. I don't know who made this. I did not make it. I don't know who created it or, even if it has I know the names of the people that have shared it, but okay. I am going to read this. Fancy Macelli, Francesca Macelli, or really April Johns, is a
Oh, we
feminist
can block
icon.
you? Okay, that's no problem. Done.
Okay. Thanks. Hey, thanks for telling us. Creative Edge, I've seen you in here for a while, and you know what? I already knew. So, all right. You know,
Thanks for the
it's it's
time saver.
it's coming down to this, guys, and I said it was going to come down to this. Pick a side. You have to pick a side because Gypsy has had her little plants in here for a long time. And since she got out back in December of 2023, she's been controlling the narrative over here. All right? And a lot of you guys have been playing along, but that's over now. Now that the FOIAs are out and we can see that all of them, okay, now Bree with the suit, don't know you. Okay, now it does, by the way, whoever asked calls her a feminist icon who broke into the male-dominated field of criminal fraud. Her resume includes an impressive history of failure across a range of bizarre industries where she'll start numerous projects concurrently, often with down payments from her clients, but then have to bow out for completely relatable reasons like being expected to do work. As a woman in a man's field, she was subjected to extremely offensive remarks like, if you won't work, please refund us. Some misogyny. Whoever did write this is my new best friend. Sorry, B. Okay. Uh, some misogynists even went to the extreme of posting factual accounts of her scams online, showing how unfair our society still is to women who steal. Taking If You Don't Know, Teach to Heart, she's the creator of the Good Wives Network, a failed venture that self-promotes itself as a brand new streaming channel for women by women. As of 2026, she bills herself as the leading expert on the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. She also claims she's in production of By Proxy, a series on the case supposedly created with Gypsy's family and loved ones. She's so dedicated to this case that to better understand the justice system, she got herself arrested multiple times and even served a stint in prison. She's the subject of the subreddit r fancy the good wives snark and gained numerous new onlookers in 2024 due to her ill-advised presence on TikTok. Uh, Bree with the suit, just make sure y'all, I'm going to ask you if you're connected to Fancy or Bree or any of them. All right, or Christy or Gypsy from here on in. I'm just going to come right out and ask you. And I'm going to expect you to have an answer because we're not playing anymore. I know Creative Edge has been in my lives for a long time. I think she was in my lives over on Audience Speaks when Fancy was
She
on
doesn't
them
have anything important on her profile either, so why is she spending her time here if she's got nothing to speak out about?
because she's one of Fancy's minions.
Oh,
But they give up the game quick. Okay.
congratulations, I guess.
So early life. Fancy Macelli was born January 12th, 1975 in Dayton Beach, Florida. Her fantastical and traumatic upbringing is the source of most of her content. At a very young age, she expressed her interest in the entertainment industry. When at 5, she walked up to the television, pointed at the screen, and said to her mom, "I can do that. No, 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 I want to do that." Fancy began acting in local community theater and school productions. In 3rd grade, she was cast in the starring role of the Lulu Bear in the Teddy Bear's Christmas. 1 year later, Fancy and her family moved to Riverside, California. On a Soundkick page created in 2008, Fancy describes her upbringing. "I grew up as an only child to a single parent. My mother was a juvenile diabetic and struggled with it all her life. She always wanted me to pursue my dreams, but her health never let me." Military service. Fancy has stated she was in the Army. However, we have not seen much to substantiate this. Also, she has never referenced using the VA for health care, further giving thought to that her service may be fraudulent. She also continues to ask for money to attend school, makes no mention of the GI Bill. So, music. April John's Damsel in Distress, described as country mixed with a little rock and a little rhythm and blues. Each day I try and honor her memory with my singing. I have 3 beautiful girls who we try and raise to have the song in the heart and the music at their fingertips. My sound is country mixed with a little rhythm and blues. She has a full album. Okay, let's see. Background
I've heard
actress.
some of it. Please don't listen. Do not waste your time. My ears did, in fact, bleed.
So 95, 96, she claims Boy Meets World. She has an IMDb page. I've got an IMDb page. I'll show it to you. All right, on her self-created IMDb page, Fancy lists an impressive resume beginning when she was given a position as a background regular on the TV series for 10 episodes. There are no photos of her from this production. 2002 movie debut, also from a created profile on Stage 32. Fancy states she appears in 2 films. National Lampoon's Van Wilder. No credit is listed for her, except there she has added herself in IMDb as Party Girl, uncredited. Orange County, another walk-on role, is where she credits herself as student, uncredited. See, these should be easy, Fancy. Just show the clips of
Yeah,
you.
pull it up.
All right. Fancy adds her role as reporter, uncredited, to the blockbuster Spider-Man 2. After this, she exited the industry, married, and had children. Yeah, show us the clips. In 2009, April started a Sookie Stackhouse fanfiction site, All Things Sookie Stackhouse, but it appears not to have any content. That's interesting, since Gypsy had the entire set of True Blood.
Yeah.
Gypsy was really into True Blood. That's Sookie Stackhouse.
Hi,
She
Mariah.
appeared. She appeared the stage production of Dark and Stormy Night, playing Mary Shaw in the Kentucky Public Theater. There is a picture of that. That's local theater. My son's been in local theater for years. She started a blog in 2012 to document how she was following her Hollywood dreams. She created a website for herself at that time, stating she is pursuing a BA at Western Kentucky University in theater with a minor in film. She has had success in getting supporting and lead roles at school and in the local community theater. She created a resume at this time, stating that she has appeared in the Taylor Swift video for Ours. However, there is no mention of her on the IMDb for the production, which was shot in December 2011. Clips again, Fancy. Let's see them. That should be easy enough. In 2017, she played Mrs. Grinch in a production of Maggie the Pirate, also at the Public Theater of Kentucky. More photos located on her website. Okay, failed productions. Film industry disappointment. From 2010 to 2012, Fancy made posts about attending numerous auditions for productions and pilots, obtaining none of them. Okay, here's a post where she says, November 16th, 2010, tonight's audition went so well. One more tomorrow for a different production and hopefully callbacks on Thursday. Keep the juices flowing my way. Good vibrations. Okay, then there's a whole bunch of these. Both auditions, November 17th, both auditions went so well. For callbacks tomorrow, I'll keep you all posted. Didn't get cast, but it was two solid auditions, so I have to say I'm happy. Prepping for my mini SETC audition this weekend, really excited. Okay, that's just, she didn't get in any of them. Coping. In 2015, Fancy realizes that no one wants to work with her, so she starts to get into the idea of self-producing a web series. All right. I have decided to create my own webisode. It's about a bipolar mom who loses her own mother and how her and her daughters cope and take back their lives. No higher, okay, hold on. I'm an actress, writer, producer, wife, mother of three. It's never too late to dream. Getting lots of great submissions, really getting excited about casting. Casting for the roles of Annabelle, Goldie, Dr. Sampson, Violet, and Piper completes tonight. Get your submissions to be considered for callbacks. In November 2015, Fancy joined the networking site Stage 32, stating, I'm an actress and filmmaker. I've been on stage since I was a very young child. Did some time while a young adult in Hollywood, but left to raise my family for 20 years. I'm currently writing and starring in my own web series, Coping. The series is based on my own life story as a single mother with bipolar disorder who deals with the loss of her own mom. Then there's a picture of her website. It's called Mad Ginger Entertainment. Actor, producer, screenwriter. All right. Then on September 28th, 2015, Fancy makes a post offering t-shirts for sale with a design from Coping. There's a picture of the design. Come grab a Coping t-shirt. Help raise mental health awareness. In 2016, a screenplay for the series Coping was posted and an IMDb entry created. She is listed as the star. She began an Indiegogo campaign to fund the series. $50 out of the requested $10,000 was funded. I wonder who gave that. Okay. In 2017, she expands on her claim, now stating that she has a production company working on a series. She casts herself as Mad Ginger Entertainment, writer, producer, actress, jack of all trades. Hi, everyone. I'm Fancy Macelli. I'm an actress, writer, producer. I own a small production company that right now is only home to mine and my writing partners' projects, but eventually I'd like to be able to produce other people's projects and be an industry leader, hoping to help new talent realize their dreams. Good to meet everyone. I have two TV series that I'm currently working to get picked up. One, Sins, a drama that focuses on a small, idyllic Georgia town rocked by a seedy underbelly of lies, deception, sex, and murder. And my other project is semi-autobiographical look at mental health in America. It's a drama that follows a single mother's journey through the mental health system after being diagnosed with bipolar disorder and the loss of her own mother. Looking forward to interacting and working with as many of you as possible. All right, a LinkedIn account was created for Unfiltered Dreams Productions. A dummy legal form was used to establish the production company. It's an LLC. Unfiltered Dreams Production Company, LLC. Okay. Yeah. Fancy, fancy, fancy. You're going after Audrey for going fake, for having a fake book, and it's not a fake book. You're making these allegations of Audrey being, guilty of hurting her child. Fancy, fancy, fancy. In February 2016, Amy Harper Stout updates her LinkedIn, giving her title as production assistant, assistant to creator, and executive producer. On February 28th, 2016, Unfiltered Dreams Productions states they were having an Oscars viewing party and offered invitations for sale on Eventbrite. Oh my goodness. Fancy! You fucking had an online Oscar viewing party? I used to do Oscar parties. In fact, my brother-in-law owned the movie theater Studio 35 here, where I would host their 24-hour film marathons. You know how Gypsy met Bruce Campbell? So did I, because he came to our 24-hour film festival. So did Tom Savini. Tom Savini brought the crotch gun from the Dusk to Dawn and had let everybody try it on. George Romero came, and I met him. All right. Uh, I had Oscar parties there where I catered them and I cooked all the food and everything. So you actually sold tickets to your fucking Oscar viewing party? What the fuck, Fancy? I mean,
Anything
seriously.
for a quick buck. Anything for a quick buck.
Yeah. Okay, on March 2nd, 2016, they actually do have a party. On June 16, 2016, an article was published in the Portsmouth Daily Times giving a profile for the co-owner of Unfiltered Dreams Productions, Mark Justice. On July 19th, 2019, SAG publishes an Atlanta local update, includes the following listing: Sins, New Media, Unfiltered Dreams Production, LLC, location, Savannah, Georgia, start date, August 15, 2016, end date November 14th, 2016. Sins pre-production in 2016, an IMDb entry was listed, created for Sins. She's listed as the star. January 19th, 2016, Twitter account created for the series Sins. An account on Slated is created for Francesca Macelli. A Slated score is an analysis of each member's credited work history used to estimate project team strength. Scores are out of 100, adjusted for inflation, depreciate over time, and factor in the following criteria. She is given a ranking of 3 out of 100. On February 6, 2016, appearances made on Wave 3 in Louisville to discuss upcoming casting calls. On January 31st through February 7th, there are casting calls. On February 16th, a store selling merchandise for the Sin series is launched on Teespring. Okay, now Teespring, we had one of those. Not on Teespring, but similar. For my son's film, that's what my IMDb is for, my son's short videos. I'm known as George's mom because that was the Edwin J. Hill Social Club. So if you search that on IMDb, my account will come up. And we had a page where we made t-shirts and coffee cups and things like that, and we sold them. That's what she did. It was just an online site where you can create your own, stuff to sell. So on June 6, 2016, a teaser image is posted to Twitter. I made posters for every single video he ever did, and I publicized them on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media. Because the Edwin J. Hill Social Club it's really big among the college students here in Columbus. They are like a cult. They follow them everywhere they go. They do the 48-hour film festival here every year, and they have a fan base. They have a huge fan base from all of the local colleges. Okay, so on June 28th, Becca Tobin is confirmed as taking a role. On June 5th, 2016, an official poster is created. On June 6th, a Facebook post is added. It shows a now deleted YouTube video. On August 9th, 2016, Rick Hurst and Nathan Parsons are reported to have signed on to the project. Now, I found that interesting. Rick Hurst used to be on the soap opera Days of Our Lives and Guiding Light. And was one of my favorite characters on Guiding Light. And I met Rick Hurst. Okay? I actually did meet Rick Hurst. I met him when I was the dancing chicken for the Kroger company. I grand opened all the Krogers in Ohio here, and celebrities would come and sign autographs and things, and Rick Hurst was one of the ones that came, and I have a picture of me in the chicken suit with Rick Hurst. I can go get it and show it to you. So apparently, Fancy said Rick Hurst and Nathan Parsons were reported to have signed on to the project. On August 11th, Fancy makes a Facebook post saying she will be on the set of Sins. On September 4th, Fancy posted they had a delay. Oh my goodness, delay. On September 9th, Sin is shut down for having a SAG AFTRA violation. Oh, Fancy. Fancy. I'm so fucking sorry, Fancy. Rick Hurst must be so disappointed.
Hey,
The do
Hannah,
not
thank
work
you.
and a do not work notice was published by SAG. Okay, and let's see. Okay, Fancy Macelli. Logline added by Fancy. It has the poster here. But a do not work notice. Wonder what she did. From September 9th to 19th, Fancy continues to say they are still working, but there is a delay. All right. I'll screenshot all of these and put them up in my group. All right, so Sins. No, we are just restructuring. It is still very much alive. We are doing our best to keep everyone involved, hoping to resolve things soon. Thank you. We appreciate your support. Just so everyone knows, it's not that simple. There's a lot of paperwork they need, and we are working to get them everything. We are working very hard to work it out. Oh, Fancy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You okay? It's not canceled, just taking longer than expected to get going. Thanks for the support. Not canceled, just taking longer than expected to get off the ground. At this time, we're still in negotiations. Oh, you know what? So is Gypsy now for her podcast. She's in negotiations
Right? Doesn't
with
it
her
sound so
team.
familiar? Can't
As soon
complete one
as
single thing you start.
Yeah, as soon as we can update, we will. Thanks for the support. No, it's just a negotiations moment. We will update as soon as we can. Oh, Fancy, I'm so sorry. Hold on, I'm so sorry, sweetie. That's so
Yeah, it's a real
sad.
shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, we're all so bummed for you. Okay, let's see. So, in 2018, okay, here, in December 28th, 16 to January 28th, she continued to lie as she could not admit the series was dead. 2018, the screenplay for Sins was posted to Stage 32. It appears Fancy may have been trying to find someone to produce it. Now, I'll just explain that a little bit. My son Ben and his partner Nate, they are screenwriters, and they submit their screenplays to there's all kind of places online that will read your screenplay and peer review it. So they're in all kind of groups like this where you can upload your screenplays and get them picked up, and produced. My sons actually had one of their screenplays sold, and they made it a movie, and it is on Netflix, but they hate it because the guy, when they gave it back to the guy that bought it, they changed a lot of the script, so they didn't like what happened with it. But my son Ben and Nate have had a podcast for years. They haven't done it in a while because Nate has a brand new baby and everything. So, but it's called Dirty Sons of Pitches, and what they do is they pitch screenplays. They review movies and they pitch screenplays, and they're watched. I had a friend. He's passed away, but I had a friend who was very connected to like DreamWorks, and he loved all of their work. So yeah, this you can write screenplays, have them produced, and have them peer reviewed online. That kind of thing really does exist, but that doesn't make you like a producer. All right, it doesn't make you anything like Fancy's claiming she is. It's very difficult to break into the business. And my sons are very creative, okay? If anybody should be making movies, it's them. But they do. I mean, they make their short films, and they've been doing it since George was in college. So, okay, on August 8th, a cryptic post on the Sins Facebook stating, "Nice try, bitches. Funny when you own it all and the fakers want to try and come at you," was posted. There you go. Back in 2023, Fancy's already, "Oh, I'm being bullied." All
Sounds
right, by
professional.
proxy. The beginning. Fancy first started talking to Christy Blanchard, Gypsy's stepmother, over Facebook in a group that was created to discuss the case. She sent Christy a message stating that she was an independent filmmaker looking to cover the story from the family's perspective and began a friendship. In order to begin the project, Fancy and her daughter took a trip to Louisiana and met both the Blanchard and Petrie families. She shared a hand-drawn picture that she claims was made for her at Claudia Didi's sister's house. Despite her claims of being a documentary filmmaker, she managed to forget to bring any recording equipment to use for any of the interviews and only has a chicken scratch drawing of stick people as her notes. Okay. And then there's the screenshot of messages with Christy. In order to continue the live, Fancy takes a trip to California, claiming to have meetings with studios on getting funding for the production. In actuality, it was just her taking photos of buildings to try and continue the lie.
Sounds
Okay.
about right.
Here, yeah, Fancy. I've been here in California, 2017, almost 2 months. It's been kind of a wild ride. Met some really awesome people, both in person and online. I'm auditioning and taking meetings for my projects weekly, and I'm busy writing new projects as well. I miss my family. It has been hard, but I know this sacrifice will pay off for all of us. Okay, Fancy, I went to California too. Me and a backpack. Went to California. I helped a friend move out there, and eventually I was going to move there, and yeah, it fell apart. But when I was in California, I met Ray Liotta. Yeah, I met Ray Liotta. He was doing I was touring all of the movie sites. I actually was I went to Marilyn Monroe's house. I got thrown off the property because I went up. I thought they toured the house, and I went up, and the gate was open, and I went up and took a rock from underneath her bedroom window, and I knocked on the door, and I was let off the property. So I also went to her tomb, and I have rose petals from her tomb. So
But
yeah,
do you have pictures of buildings from California?
a few, a
Oh,
few.
see, okay, all right. You're up there with her then. You're
Yeah,
up there.
yeah. I hung on Johnny Depp's fence too. I didn't get thrown off of that. I just hung on his fence and yelled at him. Yeah. And I went all to the famous places that Marilyn Monroe and Montgomery Clift are supposed to haunt. The hotels. Okay, so let's see. Anyway, Fancy, we've all had a life. On September 21st, 2017, Fancy announces her project on Facebook. On September 26th, 2017, she updated Facebook to say that she had all the text messages between Nick and Gypsy and medical records. Now, that's interesting, Fancy. That's interesting. You're meaning the phone texts, right? That were used in court, right? That's what you're meaning? And let's see. September 26, 2017, before Nick's trial. How the hell did you get those text messages that they used in Nick's trial? Why'd you have those, Fancy? That was kept for Nick's trial because that was evidence. Those text messages were evidence in Nick's trial. How'd you have them? That's interesting, Fancy. I want an answer to that. Did Natasha Cooper have those too? Because Natasha Cooper says she has everything from the FOIAs. Hannah, it doesn't matter. Listen to me, Hannah. It does not matter if we believe her or if she's lying. She just made a legal statement that claims in 2017 she had legal evidence that she wasn't supposed to fucking have. That no one was supposed to fucking have. Do you understand
Opinion?
what she just said?
No, I don't believe her.
No, I don't either, but doesn't matter. Could have been. Christy could have given all these people this shit. And if she did, you know, they shouldn't have had it. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand that the reason we are just seeing these FOIAs now, and everybody, the public is asking, how come we didn't see this in 2016? Was because it was held back for Nick's appeals? Do you get that? Nobody should have had this. No one. That's why Gypsy has been pissing her pants, because she knew when Nick's appeals were done, Nick was going to drop it all. He'd have no reason not to. And Gypsy has always known when the public sees these videos, it's going to prove that her mother did not control her because she was naked in the living room. And her mother's nowhere to be found. All right. Hold on a second. On September 20, okay. All right. So September 26th, remember, I'm going to remember that date, 2017. Fancy claims she's got all the medical records and the messages from Nick and Gypsy. On February 27, 2018, an article in the Springfield News Leader is linked. On March 13th, 2018, an article on Radar Online is linked. Okay, then there's a picture of that article from Radar Online. Says Munchausen victim Gypsy Blanchard working on TV series from prison. On April 14th, 2019, Vulture publishes the act. Gypsy Blanchard's stepmom wants the whole truth. So that's media, okay? On May 19th, 2019, Fancy states that she feels she is in the right making a documentary about Gypsy as she is not dangerous. All right, there we go. Hang on. Okay. Nora Padilla writes, just like Gypsy is dangerous, she was the mastermind. And Fancy says, I'm sorry, I don't agree. She asked someone to kill an abuser of 23 years. She wasn't a mastermind or she'd have planned it better. She isn't dangerous to anyone else unless you know someone else who wants to carve her body up for 23 years.
Oh, publish that. I need a copy of that. That needs to be
I,
known.
I, I am going to take all screenshots of every single bit of this, and I'm going to put it up in. I put it all up in the that group is called the social media manipulation, and I will link it for you, Hannah.
Yes, ma'am. Because that
Okay.
needs, we never need to forget the things that she's done. And that right there
Yeah.
is horrible.
On May 20th, 2019, In Touch Weekly covers by proxy. Okay, and there's I'll have all screenshots of it. Forget the act. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's loved ones are working on their own show by proxy. Fallout. On June 7th, 2019, emails showing that writer MJ Pack was being lied to by Fancy and her staff are leaked. On June 22nd, 2019, a Twitter account, Justice for Nick G, began to leak correspondence between the staff. It was alleged at this time that Amanda Utich and her husband were harassing people. More posts showing Michael Ray Utich's arrest emerge. On the same day, Fancy makes a stupid positivity yay message to try and deflect the controversy around the staff's behavior. On July 12, 2019, writer MJ Pack ends her association with the production. And this is the message from MJ Pack. And MJ Pack, by the way, I'm pretty sure she's the one that did that thought catalog. Okay. Which had a lot of information. As for the by proxy team, I wish them all the best, and I don't hold grudges against anyone. I want to remain neutral as possible and would even like to reopen communications with Nicholas if he's open to it. On the same day, a Twitter account is created called @Cajun_cunning. On July 15, 2019, some tweets where people start to question if by proxy is a fake production start to surface. Here's one from Simply Not in the Mood. At Go Fluff Yourself. Well, Fancy, it could be because by proxy is fake and the team running by proxy is just as fake. Just my opinion, though. And then it says you're unable to view this post because this account owner limits who can view their posts. Normally, that on Twitter, that means that you were blocked. Because all of Roger Stone's posts come up like that for me. Because he blocked me. He started blocking me in 2013 on all his social media. But I had other accounts where I could save it all. So, see, yeah, we can all make alternate accounts. Y'all seem to not understand that. They have like 100 accounts and they think we just have one. So, on August 7th, Twitter user Cation Cunning posts Fancy's mugshots. I've got all of those, and they're not pretty. Okay. Let's see. So-called Francesca Macelli, aka April Jones, scamming Gypsy Blanchard and family, pretending to be an actress, writer, and producer. And then we got all her mugshots. On August 14th, and you know what? We'll post those everywhere, Fancy, so people can see your mugshots. You know what Audrey doesn't have? A mugshot. To my knowledge, she doesn't, does she? Does Audrey have a mugshot? On August 14th, 2019, Gypsy ends all her contact with Fancy in the production. On August 29th, 29, okay, by the way, August 2019, Gypsy ends her contact with Fancy in the production. You know who published that and promoted it on social media on August 14th? That would be Katie Joy. Exclusive. All right. Do you know who Gypsy went immediately to get all the stuff put up on Facebook? Because Gypsy wanted that thing. She would mail to her supporters this like ready-made email that said write to the governor because she wanted a pardon from the governor, and write to the senator because she wanted early parole. So she would send the address and the phone numbers of the governor and the senator, and that's what they were putting in the Facebook groups. Well, when Gypsy ended her shit with Fancy, then Katie Joy promoted it, published it as an exclusive, and Gypsy messaged Natasha Cooper and asked Natasha Cooper to put her stuff now up in the Facebook group, and Natasha did. So, okay, keep those names. Now, when I told you 2 years ago that all of these content creators that Christy is giving shit to are working together, do you think I pulled that out of my ass? No, I didn't. All this stuff has been online for a long time. August 29th, 2019, an article in Springfield News Leader states that Gypsy has ended all contact with the production. So this was getting media attention too. The same media that published all the original articles followed Gypsy and all the bullshit around Gypsy. Okay, screenshots of a private post made by Fancy attempting to say that the production is real and it's going to be so great that it wins an Emmy surface on Twitter. This is the first time we hear her start her now infamous claims of being victimized by the Blanchards. Now that's 4 long Twitter posts. Okay? Do you want me to, I can just post these, or do you want me to read them all? Because it's a lot. This will be the only time I or my staff's going to speak on any of this. Well, Gypsy, Fancy, that was a lie, because you've been speaking on this, like, for years. So in 2017, you said, this will be the only time I or my staff speak on this? Wasn't that a bunch of bullshit? I will not be responding to comments, so don't even try. In fact, I'm asking the admin, Michelle Schneider, to turn them off. Perpetuating the drama is ridiculous. Okay. Do we live in Bizarro land? I mean, fucking seriously. Perpetuating the drama is ridiculous.
That should be the name of our next podcast.
I am not going to address contracts, private information, or any of the wild accusations you have made for months without one shred of proof. I'm not going to go on live and debate with some FB admins who make it their mission in life to destroy people's lives. Nothing you have said or done to me or my team or my friends has any bearing on our series. You have come at us with guns full blaze, and we have dodged that shit like Neo in the Matrix. Oh my.
Oh, God.
I just can't! This is the woman that is accusing Audrey right now. This is the woman that is accusing Audrey of harming her child.
Okay, just a thought that popped into my head here. Maybe it's not Shenna that was calling Gypsy Goddess in prison and sending her money. Maybe it was Fancy.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Shenna.
Okay.
I'm just nothing is gonna sway me of that. I'm just sorry. No, Shanna is just no. She's a trip. You know what? If she wasn't just so evil, I could laugh at her because she is kind of genuinely funny sometimes, and she's a pretty accomplished troll. You know that's why she is the head troll, but she's not as good as she thinks she is, and she's repetitive. She keeps repeating it. Oh, you're obsessed with me. I got my stalker. You're my, same shit. And it's like, no, if you're gonna troll, you've got to be original. Otherwise, you're just boring. All right, so okay. Because we have something on our side none of you have, and that's the truth. Fancy, you wouldn't know the truth if it bit you
If
in your
it bit you in
substantial
the
ass.
ass.
I started on this journey with the truth in mind. I believed every time I defended Christy, Gypsy, Rod, and others that I was correct in what I was doing because I was basing it off the truth I had at the time. I am sad to say that I was very wrong in my knowledge of who these people are. Shame on me for wanting to see good in people that are not. I wanted to believe that the evidence I had was good enough to base an opinion on, but in the last 2 months that I have seen from Gypsy's behavior, Christy's blatant two-faced lies, and irrefutable evidence in the way of the complete interrogation video and the emails that Gypsy has sent to me and my staff and friends paints a very different picture. Shame on me for believing she was anything more than a murderer, spinning a very convincing tale. My mom always told me the first drop of rain that hits you is God's fault, but the second one is yours. Well, consider me not getting hit by the second drop of rain. I still believe that all of this for Gypsy stems from her abuse, upbringing by one very sick and demented woman. A woman I think, if she had gotten help early in life, we would have seen a much different outcome. She was failed just as much as anyone else, so I do not blame Gypsy for who she is, but sadly it's abundantly clear exactly who and what she is, and that she is at that time makes no effort or plans to change her behavior and only seems to be getting worse. Sadly, I kind of feel prison systems and their lack of mental health help are to blame for that. She's had 27 years of bad behavior ingrained into her that's going to take an intense amount of therapy she has stated she doesn't think she needs. So fancy. Look at that, demonizing Dee Dee. Wow. Okay. Sadly, I don't know what to think or feel about Christy. She's lied and lied and lied. She's lied to me. She's lied to Gypsy and Ken. She's lied to my team. She's lied to America. I don't know why. I don't know why at all. I never saw her as a fame seeker or a money hungry person.
Okay.
Okay. Even though people told me time and time again not to trust her and that she was just that, I defended this woman vehemently, all while she was lying to all sides. I was a friend. I trusted her. I loved her like a sister. I offered her a place in my company, not just by proxy. I cried with her. I battled for her. Hold on.
This is
This is
comical.
like, this is 4 very long posts. Okay. I cried for her, I battled for her, and how have I been repaid? In spades, for sure. And while she was allowing the mess from yesterday to take place, because that is the only place those contracts could have, and admittedly did come from. Hold on a second. I'm getting a, I'm getting a puzzle. All right. Okay. All right. Where was I? Admittedly did come from her. She was texting my daughter asking how her spinal tap surgery went. Disgusting. I will say this, they are not happy that we released Gypsy's interrogation. They are not happy that we are showing crime scene photos. They are not happy that we are after the truth and nothing less. I told them that from the start, but I think they thought they could snow me and control the narrative. Well, not today, folks, and neither will any of you. By proxy is not going anywhere. We have been dedicated to bringing the whole truth and nothing but the truth when it comes to this case, and we may have had blinders on for a hot minute, but I can assure you not anymore, and boy do we have big truths to tell. Why haven't you told any of them in all this time? Why? Where have they been? In your
Because
Patreon?
you're busy crashing out.
Okay, now in the matter of Dawn DeSalvi Boker. That woman is an amazing, beautiful, caring, and kind person. Shame on all of you for what you have tried to do to her. I don't care what past she has had. Yes, she's got a big one. She does not deserve one single minute of this. She tried to show someone she really thought needed support and love, some compassion, and was abused for months because of it. She did not have a relationship with us prior to me meeting her because of a Nick support group Christina Morrison and she ran, and I was kicked out of when I did not share their views on Nick. I, in fact, told her off at the time, but when she was being threatened by an unknown source, she came to us seeking help. We were attempting to help her, and our psychologist worked with her through some really dark moments before she shared her emails with us. We offered her a place on our team because we feel she is a worthy and deserving asset to our team, and she has been. Her contract did not expire. It was not given in 2017, and we did not encourage her to do anything of what you are alleging. In fact, we encouraged her to cut off all communications with Nick because we felt and still feel that that was a dangerous and very real situation that nobody should ever be put through. I offered my home to this woman, and even today I would welcome her there any day and twice on Sunday. Nothing you say will change how I feel about her, and no matter what you do, I consider her to be a dear friend and hope she continues to share her story with the world. Her story can save lives, and whether she continues to do that with us or not needs to be heard. So I hope she sees this and continues to help women leave abusive situations, see their own worth every day. I love you, Dawn, and always will. You are a good friend and an even better person. Well, that's interesting, Fancy, because I've got the message where you threatened Dawn. Yeah, I got that one too, and I'm going to post it too. As far as making a fake page to humiliate me and my husband, I've never seen anything so despicable in my life. You do not know me. You do not know my husband. You do not know our mental health issues. Well, I know you got a bunch. All right, no, we don't know your mental health issues, Fancy, but we know you've got a whole fuckload. All right? You don't know what I did or did not endure for 12 years before my husband was diagnosed and given medication. You do not know the years we separated because I could no longer. Hang on, got to go back to this one.
Do you know
I
the
could
person
no
who
longer.
just popped up on panel?
No, Stargazer, who are you? Stargazer, who are you? Stargazer, answer me right fucking now or you blocked. All right, you're blocked.
Okay.
Did you block them or did they jump down?
I
Because they.
disconnected. I didn't block.
Okay. All right, hang on a second, Stargazer. Where are you? Are you in here for Fancy? Stargazer, are you one of Fancy's little minions? Go get her. Go get her and tell her that I'm going to put all this up in the archive, okay? So that everybody gets a chance to see it, okay? And then tell her to stop what she's doing to Audrey. Or I'm going to help Audrey if she wants to pursue this legally. I will help every way that I can. And that's kind of what I do. Everything that Fancy's saying about Audrey right now is lies. And she's not going to do it anymore. If any of you give Fancy Macelli a platform or any kind of credibility, stay away from us. Because just stay away from us. Fancy's not going to have a place in this anymore. Okay. And Fancy, I was determined to just block you. All right? You and Sweetest Honey. I was ignoring you. I was blocking you. You continued. You went and called me a liar and a bully and demeaned my name. Sweet as Honey claimed I did all this shit. I sent Hocus Pocus to threaten them. I stalk and harass everybody. I have FBI people that do background checks on you. It's all lies. It's all bullshit. All of you went over to work with Gypsy's side, every single one of you. And you tried to get them to be able to come over here on our panels. And it didn't work. Nothing's working. Nothing has worked since you were working with Christy and them in 2017. Now it's 2026. We've got the FOIAs, we've got the evidence, and nothing's going to distract from that. Nothing.
Do
Hi,
you want
Plum.
to address Wasabi Green Peas in the chat? They're saying that they have seen Fancy on your panels before.
Yes, Wasabi. Okay. Yes, I have addressed this background. Fancy was up on my panels when I had Audience Speaks. Plum, can you come up, Plum? Or are you busy right now? Plum was there from Audience Speaks. So she remembers the whole thing. She remembers everybody that was there. I used to defend Fancy because there was a time when I thought Fancy was being attacked 2 years ago, that I thought Fancy was being attacked because she was giving information. I learned differently. Okay? I learned that she's not giving information. And when I asked her to release the Dawn messages, all of the Dawn stuff to the public, she refused. Now, she released them after the fact, after Hello Starlight gave them to me, and I did lives about them, then she released them. It was the same thing that Hello Starlight had given me. And here's what we don't have. We don't have the original emails from Dawn where Dawn introduces herself to Nick. Don't have that. And we don't have the additional emails. Is that Plum? Hi, Plum.
Hello. How are
Hi.
you?
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. We're talking about Fancy because Fancy's really attacking Audrey, making claims about Audrey that are not true. And this person down here in chat says that they have seen Fancy on my panel. So I wanted you to talk about, remember that Audience Speaks that I had where I met
Yeah.
you.
Yes, that's where we
Okay, so
first met Annie. Yeah.
yes. And so yes, Fancy was on my panel and I did defend her and believe her.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And do you remember why the falling out happened?
Um. Can you sorry, my
Okay,
brain.
the falling out happened when well, there was Sweet as Honey did what she did,
Yeah.
and Sweet as Honey was my mod, and Fancy would be up on the panel all the time, basically controlling the live. Okay,
Yes.
so the other
I
people that
remember.
were the other people that were modding with me and other people in chat started to complain that Fancy was taking it over all the time.
Yep.
So, and Fancy was demeaning the Dee sisters, the Petrie family, and
Yes.
I didn't want that. Okay,
It was
so
disgusting.
right, so when Gypsy was when Gypsy went off parole and she posted the Nick Go to John emails, I went over to Fancy and I said, "Hey, I've never seen the Dawn Boker side. Do you have them?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Well, are they public?" And she said, "I had them." She said, "I had them public like a year ago. I took them down to protect Nick," is what she said. I said, "Well, give them to me because the public, they want them. They're asking who Dawn
Yes.
is."
Yes.
So Fancy said no. She said, "I'll give you everything, but I don't," she didn't want it public. I said, "Well, Fancy, I make public archives. It's what I do. it does no good if the public doesn't have it. And
Yeah.
so I told her, I said, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And that's when she told me I need to stop antagonizing Sir Morbid and I need to stop antagonizing Gypsy.
Yeah.
And I said, if I said, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna antagonize anybody I damn well please.
Yeah.
You must not understand my background. Because I've been
Exactly.
antagonizing Roger Stone since 2011. So you think I'm gonna just drop Gypsy? You think Gypsy's anything? No, no, she's not. Okay, so I blocked Fancy and I distanced myself from her. Well, Sweet as Honey kept basically platforming Fancy and having me over on lives, and then Fancy would call me a liar.
That's
And then
right.
Sweet as Honey started pushing the stuff about the family flushing Dee Dee's ashes. And I wrote to her and I said, no, that's garbage. That's not true. And I'm not going to have Dee Dee's sisters demeaned in my life because we don't know anything. We don't know anything about that family.
No,
We have no
and
idea.
it was so disrespectful. Um,
Right.
it was disgusting, and I do remember that. It was absolutely disgusting.
Hmm.
So, yes. But
And
no,
and
I
then
remember.
and then Sweet as Honey started lying about me.
Mm,
And it's just a bunch of shit happened with my mods, and I ended that channel, blocked pretty much everybody because I knew Fancy was dirty, but I
yeah,
wasn't going to go and spread it around. All right, until I started doing lives about the Dawn Boker things, and I got all these messages. I got all these
yes.
people following me. I got all these people trolling and stalking me
I
because they
remember
don't want,
that.
yeah, they don't want the Dawn Boker information out there because they were breaking the law. They were doing something highly illegal. They were obstructing justice by trying to screw with Nick's appeal.
Yeah. And it
Okay,
was
that's what the.
very, very underhanded. And in my view, it was like Fancy just could not let anybody else have um, knowledge about it. She wanted people to believe that what she said is that's it. No one needs to go past Fancy. And it was absolutely disgraceful. It really was. It was disrespectful to the family. And in a nutshell, it was just Fancy wanting to rule 100% of everything and put her slant
Mhm.
on everything. And what got me
Right.
really upset was she twisted the cause. Um, how can I put it into words? For me, I felt she was overlooking and twisting the cause, defaming people, the family, and all because Fancy wanted to be the one. And then Sweet as Honey, well, she was just sort of clinging on to whatever tail she could cling on to get a bit of clout.
Hmm.
And it was very disrespectful to you, but it was also very, very strange. Um, and it made me see that there's some really big reason that Fancy did not want you to have access to this information.
Hmm.
Um, yes, and I couldn't understand why because I was new to all of this too, so it was quite
Hmm.
bamboozling at the time, and I thought this woman's an absolute nut. Um,
No.
and then
That's
I went
accurate.
from pardon,
That's accurate.
yeah, but also very conniving. Um, and desperate. And that's when I just thought, no, you don't you don't belittle or defame a family that has gone through the ringer already. And who the heck is Fancy to decide and feel that she's the only one that she can have control of the evidence, where you know you deserve the evidence because you were trying to spread the truth and get be fair about everything. And Fancy and Sweet as Honey couldn't cope with that. So then came the games, and as I said, I was new then, but it just sort of stood out like a sore thumb. And they played dirty, didn't they, Annie?
Mm-hmm. And we had we had like a backstage text thing with the mods, and Plum was in that. So she was in on all of the backstage where we would comment on the people that we were suspicious of and everything. Now I want to ask, was a big green peas, okay? You have 17 people following, no, you're following 17 people. You have 0 following you. I have not had Fancy up on one of my panels for probably a good year now, which tells me if you saw her on my panel, it was a year ago. So I'm wondering who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Please
Because that was
explain.
obviously, right there, that was obviously to discredit me. Right there. That's what
Yeah.
that was. Okay?
Yep.
So,
And
was a
hasn't said
big
a
green
peep
pea.
since.
Yeah, was a green pea. Who the fuck are you? You want me to take a guess? Because I'm real
And
good
you'll
at guessing.
find out.
Yeah, I'm real good at guessing. How'd that work out for you, green peas? Do
Are
you
they even
think that
here
that
anymore?
do you think that that discredits me in the eyes of anybody listening, watching? Do you think it does?
They
Because
took
here's what
off.
I'll do. Here's what I will do. I will publish every Facebook message, text message that I have with Fancy Macelli, where I talked nasty about Becca, because Fancy told me that Becca wants to steal all her stuff. Okay? I'll post every message I have with Sweet as Honey, where Sweet as Honey asks me to find out shit about Hello Starlight. They wanted me to track
Yeah.
people. Okay?
Exactly, Annie.
I'll post every
That's
single fucking message I have with you bitches. Every single one. I don't care how I look. I don't care that I said shit. Yeah. I'll say, if I still feel the same way about that person, I'll say it to their faces. You know who I apologize to? I apologize to 1-800-Millennium, because I did comment over there when I was defending Fancy. I made a comment on her YouTube channel that they were attacking. I apologized to her.
yeah. But
I will
that's the
apologize
thing,
to
Annie.
everyone.
That's the thing, Annie. There's honesty and integrity, and versus the only way I can term a lot of these people is lunatics, maybe. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they, um, but you've researched the facts, you've got the facts, and they don't like it. And I want
Yeah.
to know why this big shroud of secrecy. Like, what are they trying to achieve,
Mm-hmm.
other than notoriety themselves? And it's very, very wrong, because we're all here, um, you know, with the same goal, and we
Mm-hmm.
all trust each other because we've proven
Right.
it. Um, but then you get, these, like, this person now, fair enough if you're new, say you're new and say what brought you here, why are you here, what friends, TikTok friends, do you have, and be transparent about things, because that's what Annie's account is about. It's transparent. So you'll get anyone that joins here will get the real deal, whether they like what is being said or whatever. They will get the real Annie and the real B, and because there's nothing to hide.
No.
Nope.
So yes, it's cuckoo. Is that a word in America?
Yeah, yeah,
Cuckoo.
it is. Yes, it
Yep.
is. Well, it's
Okay.
like, we're seeing like all this shit now. It's coming out like these discords, these private discords that y'all have. People are leaking the shit out of the discords. They're all breaking up and they're all eating each other's faces off now, you know?
Yeah.
And I said 2 years ago, I said this is where we'd be. This is because when they wanted to just manipulate the audience. And I always consider, I still do, I'm the audience. When I surf around, whatever I'm wanting to learn, if it's gypsy, I'm going to go to the evidence. And, the evidence has always been there's so much of it. And with these FOIAs now, with these different creators like Audrey, that they're actually breaking it down into a timeline, people. Do you know how easy that's going to be for you to follow all of this information?
Yeah.
They are building something that is just amazing. That's why they're being attacked.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised at all of where the attacks are coming from. Fancy attacking Audrey. Okay, well, let's see. What has Audrey never done? Audrey never worked with Gypsy and Christy
No,
to discredit and demonize Nick and Dee Dee. Fancy did. There's a
that's right.
vested interest there. All right. There's also Fancy's got to spin her own behavior and her own fingerprints on all of this. Sweetest Honey just attacked. Are you serious? Sweetest Honey just attacked Ashley, baby.
Oh,
Not
wow.
surprised.
Um, do you want to come up, Rebecca, and tell us about that real quick?
I'd
Can
love
you?
to. I'd love to know what that's about.
Yeah. Do you see? Are you seeing it now? Are you seeing it? Okay, there's Rebecca. All right.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rebecca.
because
Everyone, can you hear me?
yes.
Yep, we
Okay,
can hear
good.
you.
So this was a couple of days ago. Now I did not see this live, but I guess as on one of Ashley Baby's lives, she dressed up as the, oh gosh, I'm forgetting the word, but the mother, the seductive mother.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And she used the example of like Morticia Adams from the Adams family as seductive mother.
Yes.
Well, sweet as honey. Now that's what I always thought it was. So Sweet as Honey took that as Ashley Baby dressing up as um, Gypsy and being a PDF file. And so she was calling Ashley Baby, basically saying she was pushing, dressing up as a PDF file.
Oh
She
my
thinks,
God.
yeah, it was, and I may not be saying this exactly, but there was like 3 or 4 videos from Sweet as Honey, and she was crying, and I mean,
Oh my
it
God,
got
she's
out
crying
there.
again.
Yeah, and yeah, I won't
She just
mention
needs to
everything she
change
said.
her profile name to Tears and Cleavage because that's all it
And
is.
Yep.
and so Ashley Baby
Oh
did
God.
make some
Tits,
videos.
tits, tits and tears. Tits and tears.
That's it.
Ashley Baby did make several videos defending that she is no way saying that the seductive mother is a
And
PDF
she was
file.
right. I saw
And
that, and the breakdown was correct.
yeah. So now just hearing everything about Sweet as Honey that you guys have said and Fancy, it's just all making sense. Saw Katie Joy's live. It just all makes sense now.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does.
So, okay. Well, this that I was reading is just more of, it's just more fancy. I'll post those because I wanted to get to the Nick Godejohn part. Um, but basically, they broke up. The production is done, over, right? So that, then we've got okay. All right, hang on a second. All right. Here on October 28th, 2019, a cryptic post about a death is made. It says, Good Wives Network by proxy team sends their condolences to Christy and Rod on the tragic death of their beloved family member. Our hearts and prayers are with you. Christy and Rod Blanchard, ETA. We are not releasing the name of the family member to maintain privacy. It is not someone that is related to the case in any way. Please continue to pray for the family. Thank you. On December 8th, a post on Facebook by Fancy states that there is no beef with the family, and Christy responds. Okay, hang on a second. All right, so Fancy says, if you followed our journey at all, you know we've had a bit of a rocky road with Gypsy and the family. With permission from Christy Blanchard, we wanted to share our conversation in the support group. Christy and I don't always see eye to eye, but we do have a respect for each other despite the rumors you might hear. I can't say everything's right as rain, but we are on a path of healing and moving forward. Okay. Here it's where's Gypsies? Or okay, I can see. Okay, I can't see these other things. Let me see if it's in the second one. Christy's response. Okay. There's one that says, April Johns. Yes, it's mine, and I know some of you have strong feelings about me. Must be another account she made in the name of April Johns. Most of those feelings stem from just about the worst smear campaign by a known scammer there is. I've only been after truth in this case. I was not trying to hurt or destroy anyone. However, there are things we uncovered that caused a split between us and the family. We do not bear them ill will, but we also won't lie or cover up truth. I ask you, give our podcast a chance. We released 3 episodes originally, but when Brandy and our team parted ways, we decided to redo them. So now episode 1 is up. We think once you listen to the series, you'll better understand the story and our position. It's not a bash session either, and eventually you might be surprised who makes guest appearances on the podcast. I'm not who many people think I am, and I think you'll see in this podcast how open, honest, and fair I am. And that's where Rod Christy Blanchard responded. Says, April Johns, there are no, but you can't see the rest of that. Anyway, that Brandy, Uncovered Brandy, that's the one who messaged me after I first started talking about these Dawn emails and reading, just reading about the infiltration group. This Undercover Brandy messaged me. She said she doesn't deal with Fancy anymore, but she also told me that she never released her letters to Nick. She told me that women are still writing him and they're still concerned. And I told her to shove her letters or information, or she wanted to give me information. I said, shove your information up your ass. I said, stop harassing Nick. I said, all you women need to just leave him alone and stop harassing Nick. Because it's still going on. And when he was doing his habeas corpus, some woman just filed a paper for him. That was fraud. They won't leave this man alone. They just won't.
It's terrible.
Because, no. because Gypsy knows that there's something that he said he would take to his grave. Okay? What is that, Gypsy? What did he say? What did Nick mean when he said he'll take that to his grave? What was it? Was it that you started before he got there? And so when he came and he said he wanted to take you and run, but when he got there, it was too late? Is that what he meant by that?
That's what I think.
Because you had already started? Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Then there's some emails or messages from the Facebook group where this is where Rod, Christy Blanchard, they used to be together on the, and said, April Johns, there are no ill feelings with me. It's squashed, and you're right. It's time to heal. That's interesting. So they were healing. Okay. Later claims in 2024, when Fancy began billing herself as the leading expert on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she changed the backstory of why by proxy was never completed to say that it was a choice the team made. Having never seen the interrogation footage, she states that after seeing the entire footage, she could no longer in good faith make a documentary on the subject, as she did not support what she saw. This was never true, and it was merely made up to attempt to paint the fallout she created with her dishonesty to be hidden under a veil of righteousness. Now, Fancy told me, I saw those interrogation videos over on Crime for Dummies like 6 years ago. And Fancy told me that she gave those interrogation videos to Crime for Dummies. I've never been able to verify that or not, because I can't, they don't write back. Crime for Dummies has never responded back. Okay, on January 8th, 2024, we see her making this claim on YouTube. Hang on. Okay. For 3 years, Fancy and her team worked closely with the Blanchard's family and Gypsy. Then we finally were given this video, and we began to see the evidence we didn't align with the stories they were telling. This was the video that opened our eyes. Tonight, Fancy will go through the entire interrogation. Okay. That's what she's claimed in the last bunch of years, that when she saw the interrogation video, that changed her mind. So, I'm getting this we're to the framing Nick Godejohn part, okay? So, this is the part I am most interested in, okay? Fancy? This is the part I personally am most interested in. You framing Nick. Okay. After all contact with the Blanchard family was ended, Fancy was still attempting to find a way to make herself part of the case. During this time, she came up with a plan to hire a woman to reach out to Nick Godejohn to receive exclusive content and create a documentary based on this. Timeline. On April 10th, 2019, Dawn is contacted to begin the project. An NDA is signed and she is to be paid as a contributing producer. On June 29th, 2019, the Twitter account Dawn DeSalvo179 is created. She makes posts asking to network with true crime podcasts and news outlets, claiming she has a major story. Now, I'll post all of those images of the Twitter accounts, because Dawn has taken these down. Dawn removed this Twitter account, but I've got the screenshots of this, okay? Here's Dawn on June 29th. I can't believe I fell for his shit. I'm getting over him every day. Here's a bunch she had. I was wondering who out there would like to have an inside scoop that only by proxy has on the murder case of Dee Dee Blanchard. If so, please DM me. If you're a true crime podcast, please follow me. Has anyone else fell in love with a psychopath, or am I the only one out here? Everything is not what it seems is an understatement. Do podcasts just talk about the case, or would they have people on it if they knew about any of the people involved? Does anyone follow the murder case of Dee Dee Blanchard? If so, do you think Gypsy orchestrated it all? Was Nick basically an innocent pulled in by the wrong people? This is so insidious, what they did. So insidious.
Yeah.
It makes me furious. Okay? Absolutely furious. And the same as with the Roger Stone shit back in 2010. I did not know back 2 years ago when I started this, and I started that Audience Speaks thing, that I would mix in with all of these people. Sweet as Honey was my mod. Okay? Then Gypsy does the mocking videos where she mocks all those, dresses up like those people and mocks them, trolls them.
Yeah.
Because she wanted everybody to go over to those accounts.
Mm.
Gypsy wanted you to go to Fancy's account and have her look all crazy and have Fancy manipulate and control the narrative all this time. See, they did not expect these FOIAs. None of them ever expected them. Not just Gypsy, but Christy, who helped build the lie. Everybody that helped her back in 2017, in 2019. Melissa Moore, she never expected this shit to come out. All right? They had it. They had all of this. Aaron Lee Carr had all of this. Prosecutor gave it to him. Apparently, gave everything to Natasha Cooper. Fancy had the medical records and the text messages in 2017. The text messages that were saved used as evidence to convict Nick. So nobody should have had those in 2017. No one. They should have been sequestered. Why? Because had that gotten out to the public, that would have definitely tainted the jury in Nick's trial. The Mommy, Dead, and Dearest thing already tainted the jury in Nick's trial. Do you understand why there's rules and procedure in any court proceeding? Because it taints the jury. So, that prosecutor has to answer for this. Why did he let that information get out? And if Christy gave it to them, why wasn't she held accountable for that? So, hang on, because my phone keeps turning off. All right. All right, so there's all the Dawn Boker. There's a whole bunch more of the Dawn Boker. Dawn writes on Twitter, I am being bullied by a Facebook group that is obsessed with his case. They have been relentless because they are his groupies. I won't allow them to dismantle me. They are literally talking about a baby that I lost. They are very sick, vile people. Please say a prayer for them. It's amazing how his groupies are bullying me and trying to make shit up. No one will listen to me. I will prevail, and your vile comments only keep you sick. I am about saving some poor soul from his brainwashing Manson ways. And it says, this was our song. She posts a song. Just had a whole crying session. I still can't believe the hold he has on me, how much I still love him, and I am so sick of crying over him. I need to wipe my tears and straighten my crown because he won't get that again. He has a show coming out, so seeing him brought me 2 tears. That must have been Gypsy's revenge. That's the only thing that Nick was interviewed for. So very happy that media and podcasts want to hear my story. Not only do I want to stop women from being Nick's next victim, but also to bring awareness to who he really is and to show the way the abuser is using your past or anything that will give him or her power over you. I was so deep in love with him, I was willing to do anything for him. He made me feel so special and wanted from the start. Now with professional help and friends, I am slowly putting myself back together. What's hard is I still wrestle every day with going back. This is such bullshit. All right? Do you see how they're demonizing him? This is where the murderous ideation shit came from. Because every time they would post those Nick emails, anywhere online, like over on Reddit. They would post those emails and they would mention that Nick was writing to all kind of women like this, right? And that he was disturbed. They would also say he would have done this without Gypsy. He was sitting in his room. He had murderous ideation. They would use that exact term. Now, when Gypsy went to change her Wikipedia, what did she say? She said that Nick's motive, her motive, Gypsy's motive was to escape her mom. Nick's motive was his murderous ideation. That's where it came from. That was always Gypsy. So when you see people using Gypsy's talking points, like I did a year ago in that Facebook group, the Gypsy Rose discussion group with 38,000 members, I saw them coming in and using Gypsy's talking points, and that's where they were bringing this. They were bringing these Nick emails in there. And I said, I used to call them Gypsy by proxy. I said, Gypsy, we know this is you. And I told the woman that created that group, I said, you got 38,000 members in here and Gypsy's all over your group. Her flying monkeys are all over your group. And she said, no, they're not. I said, oh, yes, they are. Just like I've said, Gypsy's over here. She's got people planted in the anti-Gypsy camp. Let's see, who so far? We had Woo Woo Bestie. That was the first one. Okay. Now, all these people that are attacking Audrey now. Back when I had the Audience Speaks channel, and I said, I don't want drama over here. I don't want the Billboard drama. It's ugly. I don't trust any of you. I'm gonna come over here and do this. And I'm gonna try to give content that the audience wants to hear. I'm gonna try to give evidence-based content. I said, I don't want the drama here. That Archie, Angry Archie, came over one night, was up on panel. He started bringing the drama between Cajun Navy Jen and Ivory Rose Nose, because he was on Ivory Rose Nose side. And I said, I don't want that here. I don't want that drama here. And he said, I'm bringing lots of people into your live. I said, I don't care. I don't give a shit. All right. So a few months later, I'm in a live and Angry Archie's down in the chat, and he's taunting me and mocking me in the chat. Then a few months after that, he's over on Bree's panel telling Gypsy he's going to buy a painting from her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, he must be blind.
I did not know that, probable cause. I did not know that. I had no idea. I don't know these people. I don't know any of them. And I've just always said, why do you all know everything about everybody? Why do you know each other's business?
Archie's not. That's something I think Norma, what's her name, Norma, or that, the other woman, the older woman lives in Arizona, Norma.
Naomi.
I don't know, Mariah. I don't know any of them. I have
Naomi.
no idea. Oh,
Naomi, that
Naomi.
one. Yeah, I think that was a rumor she had started saying that they were husband and wife. But
Oh, okay. All right.
no, it's not. I don't think it's her ex either.
So it's not
It's-
true? Okay. All right. I don't
I'm
know.
pretty
And
sure.
guess what? Guess what? I don't care.
Okay, well, I wouldn't want that rumor
No.
going around me either.
Exactly. Thank you for the correction. Okay, so probable cause says it isn't a rumor. Well, here's the
I'm
thing. I don't
almost
really care.
100% sure, but
Yeah. You know,
like, because they were
doesn't mean
saying that
anything to
she was
me.
married to him, and if I would remember, I would think she would say, well, that would have been my ex, but no. But I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Anyway, there's all these messages, you can really see, and when you match up the dates and everything of the messages that she was sending to Nick, on the outside, he's in prison. All he saw were the emails. That's all. He didn't have access to the Facebook groups and shit. Okay? So, September 18th, 2019. Fancy and Dawn appear on the High Crimes podcast, not admitting this is a lie. So, here's the ad, basically the promotion. So we've heard that Dawn was live reading her emails tonight. In her apology, she claimed that she was forced to say she was abusive and a sociopath. She also self-proclaimed as having schizophrenic disorder. Schizophrenic disorder is a combination of symptoms of schizophrenia and mood disorders, such as depression or bipolar. Symptoms may occur at the same time or different times. Cycles of, oh my God, this is fancy, or the good night. She claims this is why she does all the things she does, and we are not even disputing it. But given the symptoms that she failed to even tell us she had this disorder until well into our relationship with her, one has to question anything she says. See, when it fell apart and Nick found out, and the Nick Go to John support group on Twitter exposed them, Fancy had to spin. And so she tries to push it all on Dawn and throw Dawn under the bus. So emails between Nick and Dawn are leaked that day. They are used to tease that there is more on the paid Patreon that Fancy is offering. Okay? And the emails that were linked is this first one here, 9/8/2019, from Dawn. Geez, Nick, I'll do whatever you want. I can't be without you, like you said. I feel incomplete. I effing do. Me and Natasha talked. We are good. Babe, what do you want me to do? I'll do it all. I publicly told people everything that by proxy is BS and exposed them all. Do you love me, or do you just want to make me suffer? Tell me I am suffering. Fancy is out to destroy my life because I exposed her lies about you, and I don't care. I will take it because I deserve it for trusting her, not anyone else. I do love you, and I am sorry, Nick. I effing am. I have a major mental health disorder, too, but I am better. I'm on my meds. Everything, please. I love you, babe. I fucking love you. Do you see how they were playing him? Back and forth. First, don't trust Natasha. Trust Fancy. Now trust Natasha. Don't trust Fancy. You see how they're all working together? Fancy and Natasha are not enemies. Fancy, Natasha, and Gypsy and Christy are not enemies. They are still working together, and they always have been working together, and it is an operation. Get it? It's an operation. Now, I recognized it because this is what I do. All right? That's where the one I read the other, Dawn, from Nick. Dawn, you were using me from the start. Do you really believe that I believe you when you say you worship me? Give me a break. No one who worships someone else treats me like you did, just using me for Fancy's info. I'm not dumb. Stop acting as if I am. See how easily you moved on. You never worshipped me. No one has ever done it. If you did, I would have known. Well, you just proved again that you wanted to use me. Stop the bullshit. If you truly wish for us to work, you should stop effing attacking me. Didn't I say that true love doesn't become rude? All you have done is attack me. So for all I know, what you had was infatuation. Otherwise, would you be trying to even work out a friendship? Okay, see? Nick is just basically beside himself. Because this is the second time this has happened to him. Alright? He is just sitting in prison, paying for Gypsy's crime. September 19th, 2019, a live was recorded with Dawn, and the production still would not admit all of this was a ruse. Okay, I have that video. That's the podcast where Dawn and Fancy are on the podcast. Now, I don't know if it says the date in here, but Melissa Moore had scheduled Dawn and Fancy up on the Dr. Oz show to talk about these Nick emails, but that never happened. On July 7th, 2019, the Justice for Nick account on Twitter stated that Nick was being manipulated. Says, tonight on the phone, Nick confirmed that he and Dawn Boker, a.k.a. Dawn DeSilva, who claimed to be his BFF and now is claiming to be his ex-girlfriend, only started talking in April, not before the act. Not for 2 years, less than 3 months. Just another lie. Then, on July 8th, the same account made a post featuring Fancy, Amanda, and Dawn's mugshots. All right. On the same day, another post is made showing how the by proxy production now are in touch with Nick's ex. On July 20th, 2019, links to a 2013 article showing Dawn's arrest history are found. On August 14th, 2019, the contract Dawn signed is leaked. On August 18th, 2019, a post on Twitter stating that Dawn also tried to scam Nick is linked. On August 19th, a leaked email received by Nick's father from Dawn is linked. Hello, Mr. Godejohn. I really need to get a hold of you. Your son and I are like best friends, and I was hoping to work with you. Help find a defense attorney that has some background in mental health. I don't want to cause any hurt, pain, or do anything that will put him in a bad way. I will not lie to you ever, and I am not out for the likes either. I just want people to see your son how I do. I totally believe he was manipulated. I talked to Nick on the phone twice a day. I am not some groupie either. I was upset and got a lot of people to stop sharing Nick's emails. Is there anything I could help with? I am not searching for or asking for information at all, just want to help. I would like to have some kind of communication with you so we can start getting Nick's side out, finding the right legal team. My number is it's blacked out. I really hope we can keep in contact. I do care, and Nick knows I go to bat for him no matter what. I've known about Asperger's and autism. It's in my close family. I don't know, Mr. Godejohn. You seem a good man. Nick speaks highly of you and says you're his best friend. I just don't want to not help, and he leans on the wrong one because they are out there, as you know. I've had him block some of these people. He stopped talking about his case to others. Also, I told him he has a real chance at an appeal. He can't get in his own way. I see he's very selfless, and I am afraid for him. Thank you so much for your time. Mr. Godejohn, Don Boker. Going to his father, the only person he has left. You bitches have been doing this since 2017. Stop it. Leave him alone. Dawn knows that she is working with Fancy this whole time. And she knows it's not to get him help. On the same day, Fancy tries to double down, alleges that Dawn was scamming her. Okay? There's a on September 18th, 2019. Okay, who's this? Knight, I don't know you.
They've been all right. They've been in chat.
Okay, all right.
That might have been a
Yes,
mistake.
that's okay. Alif, we need to start paying attention to anyone who is attacking the people that are giving us the FOIAs. Start paying attention to that. Anyone that is saying, we've known about these FOIAs forever, they're not important. Anyone that's saying that, block them immediately because they've got nothing to show you. Nothing. On September 18th, 2019, Fancy screams and threatens the rest of the staff, and leaked audio emerged on Twitter. I've got that audio. The Good Wives Network. After the fallout and bad association with the name by proxy, and news of how Fancy had directly attempted to manipulate Nick, an autistic man, for the sake of content, a new YouTube name and channel were created. Brandy and Fancy were the only remaining partners. On July 28, 2019, an Instagram post is announcing the new name. And the new name is, hold on, it's ready to launch, I think. Hold on, what's the new name? By proxy series. I don't know the new name, I'll find it. On September 13th, 2019, the corresponding Patreon is launched. The staged emails between Nick and Dawn are the first new content posted. So she did post them, but out of order, and we don't have them all. Fancy moved to producing her own podcast with friends. On September 29th, 2019, 2 trailers were posted to Patreon. October 31st, episodes of the podcast were launched. However, the sound editing was so bad they were not audibly legible. On November 19th, episodes were remastered and reposted. Falling out with the Blanchard family, allegations of tabloid links. On April 12th, 2019, Fancy gave an unauthorized interview to People called Gypsy Rose Blanchard Engaged Prison Pen Pal. May 6th, Gypsy sends an email to Natasha, hoping to dispel the claims Fancy has made. There you go. This is to Natasha. Hello, Natasha. This is Gypsy Blanchard. I'm sending you this message because I'm not sure if you are or are not the same Natasha Cooper that I was taken to social media Facebook spreading lies and rumors about my fiance. If you are not, then please ignore this email. But if you are, then I'll ask you to please stop making ridiculous lies about my fiance. I don't know why you feel it is okay or right to make up such untrue things and post these fabrications on Facebook when it is wrong and disrespectful. I do not care what is your opinion of me. Truthfully, I couldn't give a shit less about you or your meaningless opinion. However, when someone says anything negative or spreads lies about my future husband, family, or loved ones, that's when I will. Oh, Gypsy, nobody fucking cares. Fiercely defend them and their reputations. And she goes on, and I'll post all of these. You know, it's just Gypsy's bullshit. Basically, so what I'm trying to point out, guys, is they've always been working together since 2017, always, and they still are. Okay? On July 13th, screenshots are leaked showing Fancy says awful shit about behind Gypsy's back, all planning to make a movie about her for profit. Okay. This is a screenshot. What's really funny is the whole shit about Gypsy's fucking fiance is that we don't like him at all either, and we think the pictures are super weird too. Okay, then there's I just really hope Gypsy finds the help she needs. My opinion is she needs to focus on herself and she doesn't need a fiance. Oh, couldn't agree more. That's Fancy. And I don't see how Rod and Christy approve of it. Fancy says they don't, but they won't go against her and isolate themselves again. See, here's the thing, guys. A lot of these leaked emails from these discords are going to come out. And every single one of these people are going to be exposed. Yes. On July 16th, Fancy gave an unauthorized interview to In Touch called Gypsy Rose Blanchard's family is concerned about her wedding. On July 17th, Gypsy sends an email to an undisclosed person instructing them to post it online to show her disgust at Fancy. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was to Natasha. Yeah, please post this in your group. I have no love for Fancy Macelli. This comes after a recent In Touch article was done. Francesca, I'm really disappointed with this recent Touch article. She wants it posted in the groups. And these were the groups that were either being run by Dawn or being run by Natasha Cooper. All right. So, is everyone seeing it? Okay. On September 5th, 2019, Without a Crystal Ball broke the news that Gypsy had cut ties with by proxy. See that? And Fancy goes online. I've got those emails somewhere too, or messages, Facebook posts. Fancy goes and attacks Crystal Ball. That's Katie Joy. Now they're together attacking Audrey. Is the puzzle too confusing? Fancy stated that after falling out with Gypsy, she sent letters to the correctional facility to have Gypsy reprimanded for having contact with her friend Rachel Garlick, who made posts on her behalf on TikTok. Fancy also stated she wrote letters to the parole board to suggest that Gypsy was not fit for release. Partnership breakdown. At this time, Fancy's business partners all skip out, as they didn't see any way this project was ever going to be completed. Continued harassment through media. On August 16th, 2021, Fancy gave a paid interview to In Touch. Gypsy Rose dated multiple men in prison after Ken split. Another article she leaked to in the same publication was called Gypsy Rose Blanchard Doesn't Want Counseling or Help. On learning that Gypsy Rose was approaching parole and realizing that her financial windfall from producing any series with her likeness was not happening, Fancy set to make such money off her connection to the case as she could. She continues to peddle her offerings as an inside source to the media, despite having little new information or any actual gossip. On April 22nd, 2023, Mia Blanchard, Gypsy's younger sister, took to TikTok to begin to dispel the misinformation and lies that Fancy has already spreading. Media appearances in 2021, Fancy's a speaker in Killer Cases Season 1. E-Unite events, Fancy invents live streaming. Okay. Yeah, I'll post all these images. In 2011, Fancy created a website for her fledgling business, a gift basket web store from the site Hello and Welcome. This is the home of a new and very unique idea, the event. Click on the e-shower page for detailed information. In addition to this, we offer event planning services, custom-made gift baskets, specialty home nursery and garden decor
What
and
the
other
hell?
various fun crafted gifts. I wonder if
Oh
that's where
my
they all met
God.
Dreamer. Yeah. 2014, Fancy was forced to rebrand as she had already been accused of theft and deception by clients, created a new website. She joined LinkedIn, billing herself as a master coordinator and CEO. It was noted on Yelp she had taken to using the wedding party's open bar. Okay. This is Sarah C. from Kentucky. I would not recommend this vendor. However, let me start out with the one positive piece of feedback. Positive. Vendor made my bouquet, bridesmaid bouquet, and groomsmen buttoneers, and they looked great. However, also have negative feedback on the flowers below. Vendor had assistants to help her out throughout planning and day of setup. Assistants were really her teenage daughters. Received countless complaints from family members, guests, and other vendors about how rude the vendors and assistants were. It was horribly embarrassing. I have many stories myself from the first-hand experience with these people. Vendor and family hung out at my reception, lingered on the dance floor, and even drank from our open bar. Fancy! Now see, there's when
That
I
I
used to cater.
believe.
I used to cater weddings, and oh my God, Fancy! Complete lack of professionalism. Vendor always looked sloppy and never took notes. Red flag. Also argued openly with her daughters frequently. Extremely slow response times. No sense of urgency. Missed and tried to cancel appointments on multiple occasions, leaving us frantic and more stressed. Vendor generally increased stress levels of myself and family throughout the entire process. Flowers made by vendor were completely the wrong color and material, looked nothing like the sample we agreed upon, and did not explain that color and material had changed until it was too late. Used paper flower balls hanging from ceiling as part of decor. These were hung up smashed, were supposed to be smoothed out, fluffed up, were not at all, hung in places and or how we discussed. Failed to bring storage to the venue for my wedding cards. Vendor knew before ceremony started that they forgot the box and never went back and got it. Guests were confused and afraid to leave their cards loose on the table because there's money in those cards.
Well,
Every
Fancy needed tips.
every wedding that I ever catered, I would make the the gift card basket, and I would make it like a wishing well, in the shape of a
Yeah.
wishing well. Okay. Lost pens I provided for guest book photos. They were at the venue the entire time. Scrambled to find thick black Sharpies for guests to use, which completely ruined the look and feel of the photo. Decorations were still being put up as my guests were arriving for the ceremony. Vendor knew months in advance how much time they would have to prepare the venue prior to the ceremony. When I would cater a wedding, I would come the night before if I
Yeah.
was decorating. All right? The night before to do the food prep because I would make, usually I had 200 people at my weddings, and I would make meatballs and sausage and green beans and halushki, which is cabbage and noodles. They always ask for the halushki. Every event I catered. And my taco salad. They always wanted that. So, decorations were still being put up as my guests were arriving. Okay. I am very laid back, positive, easygoing person, probably one of the easiest brides to work with, and I can say with 100% confidence that I wish I had done the planning myself and never gotten this vendor involved, except maybe to make my bouquets. Gee,
All of
Fancy.
that sounds like Fancy. I gotta say, like, just my limited views of her. That sound I could visualize all of that.
It looks like everything turns to shit that she
Yeah, kind
touches.
of like Dixie.
Also of note, she was accused of swindling a free $800 event rental fee for her daughter's birthday party from a venue in exchange for photos. The review is damning, and this would be the first in a long line of business dealings that she did not hold up her end of the agreement. Okay? Tiffany says, hold on. Okay, this is June 15, 2014. Hold on. Vendor used our facility for her daughter's birthday party, gave her the center for free in exchange for marketing photos. After cleaning the facility up, her 16-year-old daughter, who works for her, began being extremely rude about how we didn't remove the backgrounds hanging on one wall. This simply won't work. No, it won't work. It's all this totally clashes with our theme. I explained to her daughter that we remove the backgrounds for weddings only. Rents for 800, not for birthday parties. Rents for 300, and especially not for free events. Her daughter continued throughout the day demanding things, and she then balled up 150 background and tossed it into our utility closet next to our furnace. The background was paper and fire hazard and ruined the background. We came after the decorations were up and took marketing photographs for our website. The vendor forgot to bring a camera to her child's party, and for months she has been pestering us for our photos. She never hired us as her photographer, nor did she pay for the facility, yet she assumes she's entitled to our work. Tonight she threw a tantrum on Facebook stating rude comments and using foul language and referencing us personally. Now, for a professional woman to speak like this over pictures when she forgot to bring her own camera to her own child's party is beyond acceptable. I'd never recommend this vendor to any of my brides. I will post a screenshot of her comments to anyone who ever inquires about her services. Now, I did lots of weddings and events at different venues, churches, whatever. No, they have backgrounds up, state fairgrounds. Those backgrounds, they're big banners and shit. It costs a lot of fucking money to make these
Yeah.
banners. They're printed on fabric and whatever, okay? These cost money. They don't just come down for an event. When you rent a facility, you are shown this is where you can have your thing. You cannot go over here, okay? Or this cannot be removed. So what I would do is I would put my own backdrop up in front of whatever they had, those streaming glitter things, or just big plastic, just to cover it for atmosphere, and then you string the fairy lights. There's all kinds of ways of covering backgrounds for events, and any event planner worth their salt is creative about that.
Well, how about the daughter not be such a little bitch? You know what I got for my 16th birthday? I got drunk in a field, okay?
You know what I'm kind of wondering now? If those Dawn Boker emails, if Dawn's daughters were actually Fancy's daughters.
Fancy's daughters. Yep.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So, in addition to wedding planning, she wanted to expand into children's parties, and she created a side concept of Fancy Bash. However, in
Right.
May, she received two equally suspicious reviews. Did she write these reviews herself? Hang on. No. I would give a lower score if possible. Worst experience of my life. She falsely represents that she has a boutique and a staff of coordinators, designers, consultants, and assistants, when in fact works from home, and is only her and her two kids. One, a minor, had to meet at mall food court with the most unprofessional, rudest name calling. Of course, after already paid in full, she was late for venue meeting appointment she made, and for rehearsal, charged shipping even though only renting items did not fulfill contract, had 3 boxes of flowers she ordered, I paid for. She never even bothered to put in vases. They were so bare. It was embarrassing. Demanded early payments by 3 weeks twice or wouldn't order supplies. Linens only in 3 days before wedding. How stressful. Tried to charge me more for her mistakes. Did not even know planner duties. I still had to work at wedding. Instead of enjoying it, trying to fix her screw-ups, and guests had to open doors for bride's entrance venue. God, staff
Wow.
had to do timeline, tie up, bustle, take bride to restroom, etc. It's the only thing she was concerned about was being fed instead of doing what she was hired to do. She is trying
Okay.
to take
Yeah,
credit for
that sounds
ideas and
right.
creations she had nothing to do with. Don't believe her when she says she's got this. If she doesn't, won't accept any responsibility, makes excuses for everything. I have documentation to back all of this up. People should be able to see all of her reviews and not just her pickup favorable ones for her, especially when she is using your wedding for promotional purposes of things she had nothing to do with and violating your privacy.
Uh,
Wow, fancy.
Sounds like her.
5/6/2013. I had April plan my wedding, and from the moment I hired her, it was a complete disaster. She doesn't care about the bride's vision. She would rather do it her way, with her ideas coming to life, not yours, and she does not like to stick to the budget. She is unprofessional, shows up late to vendor appointments and meetings in her sweats, completely a mess, and makes inappropriate jokes frequently. She is completely immature, always talking back and getting really easily offended. If you disagree with any of her ideas, she even tried to start a screaming match with me about her candy bar she wanted us to have in the middle of Walmart. The security guards came over to find out what was going on. Holy shit. She is new to the wedding. Now, see, I catered so many weddings, and it says, I'm just, oh my God. I'm just like, oh my God.
This keeps
And I
getting
catered,
worse.
yes, my ex-husband, my second ex-husband, was supervisor of DOT. He was the supervisor of all of the trucks, for the state patrol. And so he basically drove us a state patrol car, but he wasn't actually state patrol. That he worked with him. So I catered all of the state patrol functions, their children's graduation parties, weddings, retirement parties. I would go to the state patrol building and cater those. You know, it's like if I had acted like this, I was like, oh my God, is this
Any job, any job, you act like that. Like, you can't act like that at Burger King, ma'am.
She is new to the wedding consulting business, which isn't really a bad thing, except that she claims to have all the big connections when she really doesn't know anything or anyone. I found the majority of my vendors on my own, and they were way better than anything she recommended. When you can do a better job trolling the internet than she can, there's not much she can do to help you. She tries to wave away your wedding planning problems without solving them, of course, not even responding when you try to contact her. At one point, she was having family issues, so we fronted her one of her payments out of the
What?
kindness of our hearts, and then didn't hear from her for weeks. She also quickly forgot this generosity and stole our money, which was the worst of all. She's a con. She told me she needed a set amount of money for flowers, but when they arrived the day before the wedding, there was only half of what she said she was ordering, and she refused to discuss it with me because we had already fired her. She ordered a stage, and I trusted the amount she told me she needed to pay for it, but when they delivered it, the receipt was for less than what I paid for. We ordered a portable bathroom because our outdoor venue didn't have one, and it didn't even show up the day of our wedding. Luckily, we had paid her through PayPal, so we got the money back by disputing that one through them. She quit the week before the wedding after her screaming at me in Walmart, and honestly, that was the best part of hiring her and her sister. After they quit, everything with the wedding went smoothly, and I was much less stressed. It turned out beautiful, and looking back at my pictures, I can't point out a single idea of April's that we actually used. If anyone hires her for their wedding, it would be a huge mistake. She doesn't know anything, and she almost ruined my wedding.
Yeah.
Fancy. Fancy. I would probably rethink going after Audrey the way that you are and lying about her the way that you are. Because none of this is lies. Not one bit of it.
And not one of it, bit of it looks good at all.
No. So, okay. All right.
How are you a
Well,
bridezilla at other people's weddings?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
That's so totally a time that's not about you. And
No
okay. So
shit, man. That's embarrassing.
that is
in 20,
crazy.
So
In
what?
2015, a Yelp profile for the business gives a different account. Most notably, this was the first internet mention of greatly overstating what her business actually was. At this time, she was still billing herself as being a creative team, when in actuality it was just her meeting with people in the mall food court. This would be an early sign of a pattern of behavior that would be recurring theme in her life. Okay. All right. I would give a lower score if possible. Worst experience of my life. She falsely represents that she has a boutique and staff of coordinators, designers, consultants, and sister. Oh, I read that one already. Those are daughters. Yeah. Yeah. That's the beginning. Yeah. She had to work, had her own wedding. When you cater, well, I did different things. If I was just catering the food, I just did that. If I was the wedding planner, that means I do everything. That means that bride and that bride's mother doesn't have to worry about a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I plan all of it. And I used to be able to do weddings, full meal,
You have like a business
full.
license or something?
Uh, well, yeah, you should have a business license if you're
You
doing that.
should.
I'm surprised like she didn't go to jail or something. Like that's a lot of people she fucked.
Well, you don't technically have to, but you got to pay taxes and
You look
everything.
better, probably.
Because all right, like everybody that I did weddings for, like they would take the stuff off on taxes. So if they're filing taxes, then they're putting you on taxes. There's a record of that money.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And
huh.
how do you present yourself as a creative team, but your office is in the mall food court?
Yeah, and your daughters are your team.
I mean, but
You're
Okay.
to
like
have
sitting
the
there doing
initial
shit.
meeting, like if you're gonna sell yourself, I am a creative. I have a whole team of people behind me. You meet at a mall food court.
That's wild, man.
Okay, now this is a long one, so I have to turn my phone. All right. It's been a while. This is 2016, November. It's been a while since the wedding in our family, and I keep saying someday I will laugh about the mess, but I feel it would be remiss to not make others aware of our plight. My daughter met with the owner and made arrangements for her wedding. The first red flag for me was a request for payment that wound up being twice what she had told my daughter initially. The day of the rehearsal, all the wedding party were at the venue with no sign of the planner. My daughter finally reached her and was told they were stuck in traffic. My husband and I live 4 miles further south of the planner, yet we were on time. She told my daughter to go ahead and do the rehearsal. My daughter told her she needed to get there as soon as possible because that is what we pay the event planner for, not so we could wing it ourselves. She and her assistant, who was her 15-year-old daughter, arrived in sweats. We had to hurry as we had reservations for our rehearsal dinner. I asked the event planner what time the next morning I could bring the drinks for the wedding. She said she would be at the venue at 8. I was there at 8 and the tent company was there, but the planner wasn't there. The tent company was wanting payment. At around 9, the planner and her daughter arrived. I unloaded all the drinks by myself. My daughter needed a curling iron from her house, as the planner's daughter was too young to drive. I had to go out to my daughter's apartment, get the curling iron, and bring it to the hotel where she was staying. When I got back to the venue, the planner asked me if I had the cups and napkins for the beverage service. I told her I thought that was included in the fees I had paid. She said it wasn't. Fancy!
Oh my
What do you
god!
One of the things I did was the complete bar. Okay, stocking that bar takes
Oh,
hours because if you have a wedding with 200 people, they're coming for the drinks. You need boxes and boxes of bottles.
Dang, man.
Okay, what did you expect them to drink out of their shoes?
Other shoes?
well, it.
My God,
Probably.
how can cups not be included? Did she charge extra? How about plates? Did you give them plates?
I'm sorry.
It's finger food. She
Were
made
they
sure it
supposed
was
to
finger food.
eat out of their hands? What the hell?
Yeah, she's so cringy.
I'm
She probably
just
would have just made should have made food like that, man. I swear.
Yeah, Lois is right. Everybody just swig out the bottle. We're gonna go
Oh my
total.
God. Oh my
Total.
God.
Pass it
I
around.
had to, she said it wasn't. I had to go find 500 matching cups and napkins and buy more drinks as she told me I probably wouldn't have enough. Oh
Oh my
my God.
god.
Also, she wanted to send her 13-year-old daughter to help my daughter and her bridesmaids. My daughter told the planner that since the child couldn't drive, she couldn't run errands, so she wasn't needed. The poor girl and her friend were miserable sitting at the venue all day. I still had to pick up my son-in-law's mom so we could get our hair done and help my 9-year-old son get ready. I had to tell my husband to get our son in his tuxedo as I had to run errands for my daughter and for the event planner. I had 20 minutes to get ready. When we got there for the wedding, there was no basket for the flower girl. She said my daughter was supposed to bring one. My daughter asked her why she would possibly think that the bride would get the basket. We were
What?
one
No
hour
shit.
before the wedding. So I had to ask my sister to try to find one and bring it. We wound up using a square accent basket as my family had to get ready too and had already gone to 2 stores trying to find one. The 15-year-old started yelling at my nephews 15 minutes before the wedding that she needed ushers. She had never mentioned them before, and it was totally awkward. My daughter's bouquet that was prepared by the planner was beautiful, but it kept falling apart. After the ceremony, my family had to grab all the chairs and bring them from the wedding site to the reception. It was hot, and many guests were elderly. She had told the bartenders and servers to be at the venue at 6 for the 5 p.m. wedding. Our oldest daughter had to bartend until the servers arrived.
Oh my
What the
god.
fuck?
What a
Wow.
nightmare.
This is the
She
woman.
destroyed
This
people's
is the
like the
woman.
best.
This is the
Where
woman that you have all given credibility to. Let up on your panels. Let go on Perez and call herself the OG. This is the woman.
Does it say how much she charged? I'm just really curious because, oh, good grief.
Uh, I'll see if I can find it, but not that
I'd
I
love
can
to
find so
know.
far. Well, overcharged apparently.
Right?
I'd love to find the bride that got physical with her, because there had to be one.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do, Fancy. If you don't lay off Audrey fucking immediately, well, one, I'm gonna put this up in my archive, and then I think I'll build a group in my database all about you. It's all about you. Just like I built the one about Sir Morbid, I'm going to build one all about you. What is this?
How
I,
did she
I
not
think
get
that would be,
sued?
Come on. Come on, baby.
yeah. I think, Annie, that would be brilliant because the more that Fancy is exposed as to
Mm-hmm.
the person that she is, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not forgetting the fact that out of her own mouth, she said that she's
Mm-hmm.
the number one first leading expert on the Gypsy Rose case,
Mm-hmm.
um, and she expects people to believe her garbage when in fact, um, to me, she's just a nutcase,
She
Mm-hmm.
deserves zero
and a
credibility.
very, yes, exactly
And
across
yeah.
the board.
And what else I'll
So
do, Fancy? What else I'll do is I will get all of your minions that that you still have, the few that you still have. I'll
Huh.
gather all them and I will post their profiles so that everybody over here knows who they are. I'll post
that's great,
everybody that you
Annie.
link to.
That's great.
That's just what I do, guys. So, because all of them are still dropping my name. They're dropping the name JFK Annie all the time.
They are.
Yes, probable cause, I agree. Audrey should not have to be defending herself, not one bit. And this is slander. What they're doing, Audrey did not abuse her child. She did not. And Fancy is actually accusing her of that. So it's going to end, Fancy. It's going to end right now. Go away. Just go away. Because you keep doubling down
Just chalk this up as another unsuccessful venture because you've had many.
Exactly. Right. Because here's what's coming for you, Fancy. It's not all of us. Truth, sure. It's not all of us. Gypsy's coming from you. Gypsy is going to expose every single one of you. Every single one of you. I said that 2 years ago, and I'm more convinced of it now. It's coming, probable. It's coming. Everyone that has worked with Gypsy and Christy, it's going to be public that they did. So it was really stupid of all of you to go after Into the Weeds like you did, and to go after Becca like you did, and to go after Audrey. Haven't gone after Ashley Baby, I don't think. Well, somebody said that Sweet as Honey went after Ashley Baby,
They're
but I don't.
touching it, but they haven't
Yeah,
personally done it yet.
they haven't really come after me. Come on, I feel left out.
I want to play.
Yeah, I want to play too. Come on after me. Well, Sweet as Honey's made a few laughable accusations. My, how the mighty have fallen.
Hmm. Their little world is crumbling before our eyes, and the wonderful thing is it's crumbling not because of the dirty tactics that they stoop to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crumbling because the truth is being exposed about them, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no way out of that. So, and the other thing is, I feel so terribly sorry for Audrey. What Fancy did was just the lowest of low, as far as I'm concerned. And if anyone sides with someone who would do that to another person,
Yeah.
you're,
Um,
I don't know, sick. It's just sick. It really is. And it's terribly sad for Audrey. Um, so, but
Well, it's obvious why they're doing it, you
yes,
know, because
yeah.
these FOIA files. Oh, okay. So now we're coming. There might be another review, but it's kind of long because confirmed theft. There's a section called confirmed
Oh
theft.
God.
On February 15, 2024, a Reddit user saw our subreddit, Fancy the Good Wife, on the theft. Okay. Oh, Fancy, long time no see, April John. So I wasn't going to get involved in this. And if you can black out my screen name if you choose to use it. Fancy Macelli is a woman named April Johns, as I'm sure you know. She lives and resides in Louisville, Kentucky. About 10 years ago, long before she went by Fancy, she scammed me and my business partner out of thousands of dollars. She also has an intensive rap sheet for theft by deception. We owned and operated an event center called Creative Events The Loft on Main in Taylorsville, Kentucky, 30 minutes outside of Louisville. We decided to have a bridal show. At this time, April Fancy either saw our flyers around Louisville or our advertising on Facebooks and groups. Now, I've done things like these. The conventions have shows like this. They have bridal shows. They have women's conventions, and that's what I did for this company. I worked for Encore Services. It was a marketing company that had the exclusives in Kroger's. So anything Kroger's did for advertising, we would put on their events. The big shows took us 6 months to plan and then put on for a weekend. So these bridal shows are big. There's a lot of money invested, thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in a show like this, okay? Anyway, at the time, April owned a wedding planning business called Fancy Events. She wanted to book one of our $400 tables for our bridal show. She was supposed to put down a $100 deposit, which she did by check. The event comes up, and I had called her numerous times to pay the rest of the money on the table. She always had an excuse or future date she could pay. By the time the event came, I was fed up, let my business partner take over. Supposedly, she was going to do the table at the show and pay us at the show, which then became the next week after the show to pay us, and my partner had gotten her credit card on the
Oh
file to
God.
run. Supposedly. Fast forward to the event. She was late to arrive, of course. She, at this time, did the wedding planning with her daughter, oldest daughter, the entire event. We had complaints about the daughter's lack of professionalism at the event, of course. Fast forward, the check she gave us bounced and the credit card never went through. But before this, she had somehow convinced my business partner to comp an $800 a day event center rental for her to have this massive birthday party for her younger daughter. Ah, that's the one. I was furious with my business partner for doing this. Supposedly, April Fancy was going to put pictures of the decorated event center on the website and Facebook with links to us in exchange for the comped booking. She never came the day before to pick up the key and decorate, and she arrived the day of 3 hours late to decorate. She literally arrived 1 hour before the guests began to arrive, and yet had this elaborate Candyland scheme she had to do. The woman only had about 9 young kids attend when it was supposed to be this huge 100-plus kid event. We were used to 100 to 300 guests, and she was still decorating in the middle of these kids arriving. It was a mess, and my business partner actually helped her finish decorating for the party. The link and the pictures never appeared on her website or Facebook. Then her check bounced. Then her card didn't go through for the bridal event booth. Fast forward, and I'm now arguing with my business partner about this lady owing us money while she comped our place to her and how we haven't gotten any exposure. April is now lying, saying she mailed a check. Then it got lost in the mail. She had to wait
Of
for the
course
check to
it
be
did.
canceled and tracked by her bank. Then she mailed another one, but it was returned to sender for wrong zip code. Yet she verified our zip code on the call to be correct. Then it was she was going to drive down to make the payment in cash. To my knowledge, upon splitting that business with my business partner, please stop it! Stop it! I can't do this.
I'm crying. I can't.
Oh,
Oh, thank God I didn't drink tonight.
this is so
Woo.
bad.
Okay. Oh, I need. When I'm done, I'm doing a shot. Okay.
Oh, hi into the weeds. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, hi. Hi,
Oh,
into the weeds.
hi.
To my knowledge, upon splitting that business with my business partner 7 months later, she still had never paid for the table for the show, nor had we ever gotten the promised publicity for the comped day for the birthday party. Fast forward a few years, and I was dating this actor, Jeremiah McClellan, who was pissed off at this director for owing him money for a series he did with her called Sins.
Oh, God damn.
Which was after her coping series project, neither of which was ever picked up for syndication to run on television or any network. Anyway, the guy I was dating, actor Jeremiah McClellan, starts showing me pictures of the Sins event, and sure as shit, I recognize the facility, my old building, with my old partner. I do some digging and come to find out my old partner once again comped to the building, this time for a weekend rental of $2,800 because there was supposed to be press at this event and would show our name and location. Well, of course, there wasn't any press. Only a photographer April had hired for Con to comp her work. The guy I was dating never got paid for his acting. My business partner and I never got paid for the table, and she conned us out of 2 different event rentals. So just some more fun facts about this lady, Fancy, aka April Johns.
Oh.
Wait. Sin's the same sin she was supposed to act in?
Yeah, the
Yes,
one that she
yes,
was
yes.
producing. Yes.
Yepper,
Whoa.
yepper, yeppers. Yepper, yeppers. The one that Rick Hurst was supposed to be in. Remind me to get my picture of me and Rick Hurst in the Dancing Chicken. Okay?
The,
Okay, let
dan-
me make a note. Oh, my stomach. Oh, my God.
Okay.
the dancing chicken. Is that what you
Oh
said,
yeah.
Annie?
Yes.
Okay.
That was one of my businesses. I created multiple businesses when I was raising my sons, and one of the I was basically a puppeteer. I was a mascot for all the vendors that are like in Kroger's. I was the Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah, it's a giant suit. It goes up 10 foot. It's made of parachute material. That suit costs $10,000, and you have to be insured to be in it. and you have like a tent pole that's sitting in front of you that puts the tent thing up, and then the suit is blown up by an air compressor that you wear with battery packs that are 50 pounds. And
Oh,
so,
Alf
yeah,
has
Wow,
a
and
that'd
great
be
idea.
yeah,
so hot.
Alf has a great idea,
yes,
Annie.
my
Annie,
chicken, huh?
Alf has a great idea. The fancy emotional support
Wow.
chickens. You need to dress as your chicken.
I have it.
You
I
need,
have.
yes.
Okay, Elf.
That
Your wish is my command.
Y'all, did y'all know
Okay.
her website's still up?
Which
Which
website?
one?
The wedding planning one's still up.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll have to send you the link.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, get that to me because I'm going to put it all up in my. For
Yeah.
now, I'll show you. I'm putting it up in the social media manipulation group that's linked to the database. But I think I'm going to make an entire group all about fancy. So, oh shoot, my battery's dying. Okay, I might have to make this a two-parter. I thought I had a full phone. Okay, then it goes into multi-level marketing where she tries to rebrand. Oh my gosh, she had an MLM.
Oh,
All right.
of course she did.
I am butterfly bound. On November 21st, 2018, Fancy joined YouTube as mompreneur, online marketing strategist, PCOS warrior, depression survivor, offering content marketing schedule to increase productivity and save time. All right. Fancy tried to start a website. You ready for this? I am butterflybound.com. Do you remember Gypsy's account when she came over here on TikTok, the butterfly one? Do you remember that?
That was before me.
Okay. Remember Plum? Do you remember that butterfly account that Gypsy had? Okay.
yes,
So
this
that's
is
two
just
connections.
unbelievable. All of this,
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
She started a link in just to focus on multi-level marketing. On November 28th, she started the I Am Butterfly Bound podcast. She joined Pinterest at this time, offering motivational content. I Am Butterfly Bound, Badass Boss Babe Group. Yes, a effing MLM Fancy was affiliated with. Actually called I Am Butterfly Bound Badass Boss Babe Group. Mad Ginger Entertainment. On August 8th, 2018, Fancy starts the website Mad Ginger Entertainment. 16 shots are available on the Wayback Machine. Facebook accounts created. T Republic stores open. Selling merch. Membership to the True Crime Wives Member Club. Surviving Bundy. Kathy Rubin's only one of three survivors of Ted Bundy, but her biographical dramatic feature, we tell her harrowing story of not allowing herself to be Bundy's victim, but rather a victor over what he tried to take from her. There are no mentions of this project anywhere. She basically just stole that woman's story. I remember when Kathy Rubin came out and started talking about her, you know, involvement with Bundy. Todd Matthews. I don't think she collaborated with Fancy Macelli. Todd Matthews, a new podcast called Gone Cold with Good Wives and Todd Matthews is listed. I have no mentions of this project anywhere ever again. The Oliphant Institute Fancy claims to have attended this program and bills herself as a serial killer profiler. I just can't. So now she's John Douglas. She works for the FBI. Right?
She's got more rebrands than Gypsy.
Streaming channel on October 31st, 2022. YouTube video stating that a new network for women is launching. 2023, Fancy tugs to stage 32 to announce she has purchased a streaming platform. You haven't purchased a stream. Hi guys, I can't believe it happened, but this week I bought my own streaming network. It's so freaking surreal. I've wanted this since I was a little kid. The Good Wives Network coming to Roku, Amazon, and Android TV starting in January. On June 5th, 2023, a post stating that June 10th is the official launch date is posted. June 7th, a launch party is promoted. Tickets are offered for sale. A series called Fascinating People starring Amy London was posted as Launch Mondays. This never happened. On July 18th, a series called The Crime Liens was posted as launching. July 17th, this never happened. On October, a series called Serial Killers Around the World was posted as launching in November 2013. This never happened. An Amazon affiliate store appears to be the only content Fancy has actually produced. She bills her as mother nanny to one beautiful grandson, devoted wife, true crime investigator, TV network owner of the Good Wives Network. College fundraiser on November 22nd, 2022. Fancy makes a post linking to a fundraiser to go back to school. She takes in $1,000. It is believed that Colleen is her only donor. Her post states, I am a 47-year-old mother who raised 3 beautiful ladies, and I'm now helping to raise my amazing grandson. When my girls were young, I tried returning to college many times. It was never seemed to be worked out. Well, now I have all flown the coop. It's time for me to do things for me. Education was always important. I felt like it was disappointing to them that I didn't finish my degree, but I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing it for me. I hope my mama and Nana are looking down from heaven and are proud of their girl.
They're
Oh
not.
my God. Oh, and that is her long bio. It's very long. Then there was a Stop the Cycle of Abuse program. Fancy, fancy, fancy wancy. Okay, my phone is dead, so I'm going to have to do this a second parter tomorrow. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm going to put it all up over on the database. It's going to be in the group that's the social media manipulation, because that's showing how Gypsy used social media to manipulate all of this. And nobody did that more than Fancy did over here on TikTok. So, okay.
Thank you for having me up.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome, guys. Come up anytime. I want to start having a bunch of people up, you know. But I'm just going to end this with directly to Fancy because I know you're listening. I always have 500 people out there watching on the outside, and I know who you all are. You're the ones that I talked about 2 years ago that linked to Christy Blanchard, but you don't want to come in here.
Y'all should go check
You know
out
what?
if Ivory's still alive. She had this woman. Her son went missing, and she had her on talking about it tonight. He went missing over here in Missouri, and it's a whole fucking crazy ass story. Like corrupt bullshit, man. It's sad,
Well,
but
I'm just telling all of you now that watch me. If you are a minion of Fancy's, if you still support her, block me. Block me right now. And definitely don't come in here. And, if you think that I'm not going to see you defending her on these other lives, I will, and I do. Even if I don't go into the live to see it, I'm always invited into them. But even if I don't go in to see them, people send them to me all the time. People send me video, they send me screenshots. I know who you are and I know what you're doing. So here's what I'm going to do from here on in. I'm going to create a group over there in the database all about Fancy. And I'm going to post up all of her little minions that follow her, just like I did with Roger Stone and all the little boys that work for him. And so that when people that those little boys attack needed to find out information about them, it was sitting in one of my databases. And so people like, the man in Florida that was attacked by Joel Greenberg. And Roger Stone's little mini-me, Jacob Engels, was a part of that because Jacob is the unindicted co-conspirator in the Joel Greenberg search warrant. And that links to Matt Gaetz and the Venmo girls. Matt Gaetz, who was supposed to be the attorney general, but had to step down. And then Pam Bondi got put in. Oh, by the way, Pam Bondi links to that too because she worked for the same lobby firm that Chris Dorworth did. But that's a story for another day. Okay? What I do is I create public resource data dumps filled with information informing people about things like con artists and
Mm.
political operators. Okay? So, Fancy, stop it right now. Double down. Keep coming after Audrey or Into the Weeds or any of the other people that are putting these FOIAs out. because you're all over them. Those prison emails, Fancy, you're all over them. Gypsy was talking about you. The Nick go to John infiltration thing where you were all trying to fuck with his appeal. Gypsy knew about that because she talks about Don Boker. You messaged Ken and told him all about these emails. You were supposed to go up on Dr. Oz and talk all about these emails. So that shows that all of you were in on that, trying to manipulate Nick. And guess what that is? That's a whole bunch of against the law. So maybe nothing will ever happen to you, but guess what? People are going to know. The public's going to know, because I'm going to make sure of that. So stop right now. Do not say another word about Audrey. Do not slander her. Do not go after these people into the weeds, and anybody that's putting the FOIAs out, don't. Because you know what? It's not going to matter, because these FOIAs are out, and we all have them, and I'm organizing them. So it's going to be simple. It's going to be available to the public, and the public is going to know who all of you are. Every single fucking one of you. So let's see if you have a presence on the web or on TikTok. Let's see how long that lasts. Okay? That's the one warning that you will get. You won't get another one. Stop this right now. Come at me. All of you. Come at me. You all see how they won't dare. Because they know who I am. And the reason they know who I am is because I've proven who I am. So, I will be back tomorrow to finish this up. I will show you where I put it. I'll put it all up on the website. And we'll go from there. I've got more of the Dawn stuff to read too that I didn't get to. So, okay, 41 people in here tonight. Probably at least 400 or 500 watching from the outside. Chicken shits that don't want to come in here. So, keep dropping the name JFK Annie. Do me a favor, okay? Over there, keep saying my name over in your lives. You know, Mimi, all of you, Billboard girls, keep saying my name, okay? Keep doing that, because I'm going to link the name JFK Annie to everything that I do. So that's just free advertising. All right? Keep following me around to all the lives that I'm on. All right? Keep asking about me. All right. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Good night.
Wow, I
And Annie,
have a. Go
Annie,
ahead.
thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome,
Thank you
Plum.
so
You
much.
you are always welcome, Plum. You know,
I
you're
really
my heart.
appreciate it, and you too, and you know why. And we go back a long time, but I'm Team Annie all the way, and B, and um, yes. So, and you know, the lovely friends that have joined on here and proven their loyalty, as well as um, being able to actually see through what's going on. Um, you know, because Annie, you have opened our eyes to so many things, and it's wonderful. It's justice,
I might cut
and it's
charges,
the
but
right
I'm
thing to
certainly fired
do.
up.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I think really pushed my buttons recently was what happened to Audrey.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a fire in my belly about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I believe all of us probably feel the same way. So, you know, we're all like minded, we're a good team, and um, the loyalty is there. And I'm proud to say that, you know, regarding the loyalty, it's here, it's with you, Annie, and I don't really see the loyalty in a great deal of other creators. So, and their followers. It's like that old story, you know, lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happening. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. You've made my day. Thanks for the giggles. And I'm so proud of you not having to go into the naughty corner. Um,
Yeah.
I'm,
Yes.
and
I've
I'll
got,
look
hold on, let me see.
forward to.
I have 71% on my other phone. If you guys want me, I can end this and I can jump on my other phone. Do you want to continue
Oh yeah,
this?
I just got here.
Okay. I'm going to end this and I think you guys will all go away. So I'm going to go on my other, it'll be under the JFK Annie account. But I've got to end this live and start a new one. Okay?
Okay, we'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
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 Right. Somebody's making a lot
I
of
am
noise.
sorry. That's me. Let me get off. Sorry. Sorry.